throwing out to Orchard Park with our announcers, Ian Eagle, Charles Davis, and Evan Washburn. JB, it's back to business for the NFL, and that means fans and stadiums across the league. Here in Western New York, the expectations are sky high. Today, the Buffalo Bills host the Pittsburgh Steelers on the biggest kickoff Sunday ever. And welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. Ian Eagle along with Charles Davis. Evan Washburn joins us as well. The 102nd NFL season. And where else would you rather be but right here, right now? Thank you to Mark Levy for the perfect phrase. Charles, it's going to be a party inside the stadium today because the Buffalo Bills are a legitimate Super Bowl threat. The buzz is real, and they've got a player in Josh Allen who very well could win the MVP when the smoke clears.
You're right about the buzz being real, and it was amplified when Josh Allen came out for warm-ups because his crowd greeted him with MVP chants. It is legitimate. Now, remember last year the jump he made, moving up his completion percentage, his throws downfield, you name it, every aspect got better. He worked hard on getting better again in the offseason. He's ready to go.
It was one of the best statistical seasons for a quarterback in NFL history. That is not hyperbole. That is reality, and he's got big-time weapons at his disposal.
Last year, his starter was Stephon Diggs joining the team and taking his play to all pro levels. He's not just wide receiver one here in Buffalo. He may be wide receiver one across the league. Makes all the tough catches and really breaks people down in the secondary. How about a supporting cast? Cole Beasley, he works underneath. How about Gabriel Davis, another deep threat? And Emmanuel Sanders, he can do it all. Looking for another Super Bowl ring.
We have really seen stability with this Buffalo Bills organization, and teams around the league strive for that. The Pittsburgh Steelers have achieved it. They've been a model of consistency for as far back as you can remember, but more questions coming into this season than I can recall in recent years. But when you have Ben Roethlisberger and the talent that they have on this roster, they're still going to have a chance to win a bunch of games.
Absolutely. Ben Roethlisberger is not a question. He's an answer. Big-time player, leads this ball club. Remember, he rallied them to their 11-0 start last year. He's also wanting one more ring before he rides out to the sunset.
And they believe they've got a perfect fit at the running back position with Najee Harris.
Absolutely. This is a guy that they wanted, a three-down back who can absolutely do it all.
And he did it all at Alabama, school's all-time leader in rushing yards, rushing touchdowns, Joe Walker Award, and a two-time national champion for the Crimson Tide. We've got more news from Pittsburgh that broke this week, and boy, did it resonate around the league. Evan Washburn, who's actually on the sidelines, which is a big jump this year.
Yeah, good to be back down here, field level. It was a big week for TJ Watt. On Friday, he signed the richest defensive contract in NFL history, and this ended what was, as he told us, an emotional roller coaster of an offseason. And due to the nature of the negotiations, Watt didn't take part in a full workout for practice all offseason and throughout training camp. His first full practice was on Wednesday of this week. That being said, Watt told us that he feels mentally and physically prepared for this game. His priority, manage his energy. As for a pitch count, it depends on who you ask. Watt says he'll monitor it himself. The coaches, though, are going to keep a close eye on his reps, guys.
All right, Evan, this is a big-time defense, as we know. The Pittsburgh Steelers, top five consistently in the league, and Watt is raring to go. We're just about ready for action. The Steelers and the Bills, the NFL on CBS.
When it feels good. But you know what feels better? Better than the end.
Get the tables. Here we go, Steelers. Let's go, Buffalo. NFL Week 1 Sunday live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohan Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Hit that thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Steelers, hashtag Bills. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. Kickoff coming up momentarily from the Ralph in upstate Western New York. in Orchard Park, home of the Buffalo Bills, as the Steelers are trying to snap a 2-game skid against Bills Mafia. Potential third time's a charm today, as the Steelers have lost 2 consecutive times in 2 consecutive seasons the past 2 years, meeting for the third straight year here today. Second time in Buffalo. They played last December on a Sunday night in Buffalo, and the previous year they met on a Sunday night in Pittsburgh. So why the hell wouldn't you kick off the season with the two to kick off the biggest NFL season ever this year for 2021 during week one? As always, coming up at halftime, first half stats and scores from the first half, along with taking a look around what's going on around the rest of the league here. As it is week one, we got some damn good matchups, including watching side by side with this Steelers Bills game, Eagles Falcons, and then also coming up at 4:30, we'll have the Browns and Chiefs, along with the Packers and Saints from Duval due to her relocation due to Hurricane Ida. And then Sunday Night Football is in fact Bears Rams, with Monday Night Football tomorrow night, Ravens and Raiders. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch long reactions live right here on YouTube, and we'll have kickoff coming up shortly. But the Bills are led, of course, by head coach Sean McDermott, as he takes on a former foe of his from William & Mary and Mike Tomlin, former teammates together back in the 1990s. Now both head coaches in the NFL with a defensive-minded scheme in which now we hit the top of the hour, as it is 9/11 weekend. 9/11 was yesterday, 20 years after the U.S. was attacked. So now we will honor and remember what happened 20 years ago yesterday, in a day we will never forget. So it looks like both CBS and Fox will be giving us a short video package here with the national anthem, as games are about to kick off. So right before kickoff here, we'll take a step back and get back into the swing of it here in a minute. But yes, as mentioned yesterday during college football live watch long reactions with Ball State and Penn State, that at 8:46 a.m., 9:03 a.m., 9:37 a.m., and 10:03 a.m. 20 years ago on 9/11/2001, the United States of America was under attack in New York City, Northern Virginia, and Washington, D.C., and in a field right down the road from where I'm at in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, as 4 airplanes took out the Twin Towers, the Pentagon was hit, and who knows where the fourth and final plane was headed to, whether it was the White House or the Capitol building. Thank you to Flight 93, all the heroes that were aboard that plane who took out the bad and went down as heroes, as we never forget what happened 20 years ago yesterday, as that plane crashed in a field. And since then, of course, America has been at war. God bless America is right, freedom is not free. But now 20 years later, hard to believe, like I said yesterday, it's been 20 years. I remember where I was. I think everybody remembers where they were. And now 20 years later, following COVID as well, fans are back in the stands. We got a jam-packed stadium with Bills Mafia breaking tables. Yeah, both CBS and Fox are currently running the same video package to kick off the season here, as we are all, in fact, Patriots. We're all Americans. Republican, Democratic, especially with everything going on still. Who the hell cares? We're all Americans. Get over it. And move on as we moved on following the attacks of September the 11th, 2001. Now our national anthem for kickoff around the NFL here, these early 1 p.m. Eastern Time games. That's highlighted by the Steelers-Bills matchup, in which, as mentioned, it's Sean McDermott and Mike Tomlin, two former teammates at William & Mary, as their tribe instincts led them to the National Football League as defense coordinators before both receiving head coaching jobs with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills, respectively. Now, both teams are coming off playoff appearances last year. However, both teams lost in the playoffs. Steelers lost to the Browns, and then the Bills lost to the Chiefs. Got Browns, Chiefs later on today as well. Now we're all over the league with coaches and players not on knees, standing, locked arm to arm, hand over heart or salute. And that's the way it should be, not protesting the greatest country on earth, the national anthem. So, a simultaneous broadcast with this video package and the national anthem to kick off the NFL's biggest season ever in the home of the brave, the United States of America, as we'll have Steelers, Bills, along with Eagles, Falcons, live, side-by-side, live watch-along reactions, along with, as mentioned, as always, coming over halftime for success scores, along with taking a look around the rest of the NFL, see what's happening there. I'm sure we'll have some highlight updates throughout both games as well. And then, who knows, maybe we'll get some bonus coverage at the end of one of these two games before the mid-afternoon kicks do in fact kick off with, in my area at least, depending on where you're at, but at 4:30 it's Browns Chiefs, which is a divisional playoff rematch from last year, in which Kansas City won before they went back to the Super Bowl before losing to Tampa Bay, and the Bucs beat the Cowboys on Thursday night to kick off the season. But then also the Packers and Saints will do battle from Jacksonville because of how the schedule plays out for them. If in fact they'll have to move a few more or not. They got a few road games coming up, I do know that. So of course, without power, Superdome not going to be hosting any Saints games just yet. I mean, you go back to when Katrina hit, hell, they didn't play in New Orleans at all the whole entire season. They had played LSU and some other sites, depending on, of course, who they're playing, and how all their schedules, permitted at that point in time 15 years ago. But now here in 2021, we're about to kick off the NFL season with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills, as we'll see who's getting the football. It's Josh Allen and Ben Roethlisberger, and as I've said before, we have a flyover. Once again, it looks like Buffalo's back deep to receive. So a nice 73-degree afternoon in upstate western New York. Josh Allen reminds me a lot of a younger Ben Roethlisberger. He does. Ball's well on kickoff, so yeah, Pittsburgh going to kick. Buffalo back deep to receive. Pittsburgh's got a new running back in Najee Harris, rookie out of Alabama, who they drafted in the first round. Buffalo number 19, Isaiah McKenzie, is in fact back deep to receive the opening kick, and we're underway with the Steelers and Bills, right to left for Buffalo, across your television screen, radio and auto dial, and from the goal line, McKenzie out past the 25 to the 40, midfield, 45, inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line, and a great opening kickoff return for the Buffalo Bills to get the season started. So they'll have a 1st and 10 inside Steeler territory here to begin the game. Now Josh Allen wants to quiet the crowd down. I'm sure they're going to try to establish a run game. They might take a deep shot, though, just to keep it going. But both teams here eventually will settle in. I'm sure everyone across the league, fans included, excited to get back to having fans in the stands, but then also kicking off the NFL season here. So from the 24, 1st and 10, empty set out of the gun is Josh Allen, as the Bills are in their road whites at home. So Steelers on the road wearing their home black uniforms. Pass complete to Cole Beasley. And Devin Bush on the stop. Good to see him back for Pittsburgh after tearing his ACL mid-October last year and missing the remaining part of the season. So, yes, at linebacker for Pittsburgh, of course. You got TJ Watt, who just signed his extension on Friday for another 5 years. Devin Bush, along with Alex Highsmith, and then a few newcomers with Joe Schobert and Melvin Ingram as well. Pass complete near side to Stephon Diggs. He's going to lose about 3 yards, though, back to the 25. It'll be 3rd down for Buffalo here a minute into the game, and I would think if they don't score, they'll end up getting a few points here at the field goal. Just because, I mean, you look at that ball inside the 20, actually the 19, excuse me, but just that opening kickoff, you know, to set the tone, especially at home. Bills Mafia back, Allen looking to throw, he gets rid of it, it's incomplete, intended for Diggs. Good coverage there by both Cameron Sutton and Micah Fitzpatrick for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it brings up a 4th down and 5 for the Buffalo Bills, and here comes the field goal unit. Hayward actually got a hand on it, deflected it a little bit. It was a little bit of a wobbly pass to begin with from Josh Allen, but the deflection made it worse, and the ball didn't even reach Diggs, who was intended for, and of course incomplete. And now from 37 yards out, here's a Buffalo Bills field goal attempt to begin the season. And the kick's going to be up and good. So just like that, 13:31 to play in this opening quarter, a minute and a half in. The Buffalo Bills drive down following a large opening kickoff in Steeler territory. And, I mean, they sort of stall after that. Get a total of 5 yards before they kick a field goal. But, hey, they still got 3 points on the board. So it's 3-0 Buffalo at home against Pittsburgh Steelers here early on. So now we'll get to see the Steelers on offense for the first time. And speaking of the Pittsburgh Steelers offense, as mentioned, Ben Roethlisberger's back for his 18th and potential final season, if he does in fact hang it up and retire after this season here in 2021. Hopefully not, knock on wood, he'll return, because, I mean, you look with who Pittsburgh has on the depth chart with Dwayne Haskins, Mason Rudolph, and Josh Dobbs, who is currently on IR right now. Along with potential quarterbacks that could be drafted next year in April in the 2022 NFL draft. I had the honor of attending this past year's NFL draft along with the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame. Be sure to go check out that video live right here on YouTube as well. But yeah, there's not really anybody that, unless they would sign somebody in for agency, if Roethlisberger would retire, and we'll get there when we get there, you know, worry about what's in front of you first with getting out there for the first time on offense this season. But you know, just a quick look ahead, I mean, potentially, you know, Matt Ryan or Jimmy Garoppolo. Speaking of Matt Ryan, the Falcons on offense at home in their road whites against the Philadelphia Eagles. So both Pennsylvania teams on the road wearing their home black and green uniforms for both Pittsburgh and Philly here. And Atlanta, in the meantime, picks up a first down. So they're deadlocked at 0, but Atlanta driving on their opening drive. Go back to Pittsburgh and Buffalo here momentarily with the Bills leading 3-0. But yeah, it's Ben Roethlisberger. Of course, Pittsburgh started out 11-0 last year. Since then, they lost 5 of 6. Only win was against the Colts right after Christmas. That included a loss to the Browns in the playoffs. And because of that, why they lost those 5-6 games? Well, they couldn't run the damn football. But looking ahead, if they can do everything they did, they get to 11-0 plus find a running game. I mean, future still looks bright for Pittsburgh. Like, they can still go out and win. They should be Super Bowl contenders, honestly, if you ask myself. But everybody has their own opinion. Let me know in the comments below yours. As the expanded playoffs will return once again this year with the new 18-week, 17-game NFL regular season, and then the 14 and 32 teams will in fact make the playoffs. Bills on the kickoff. Steelers take a knee in the end zone for a touchback, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Here comes number 7 in his 18th regular season in the National Football League. First round pick back in 04 out of Miami, Ohio. Number 7, Big Ben Roethlisberger, with a rookie running back, once again, number 22, Najee Harris out of Alabama. Still at receiver, you got Juju Schuster, Deontay Johnson, Chase Claypool, Eric Ebron, and rookie tight end Pat Freiermuth out of Penn State as well. Question is, though, up front on the offensive line, they got 2 rookies at left tackle and center, plus a few transactions on the offensive line as well, with Trey Turner at guard. So we'll see how they block up front. But now from 25, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. Juju in motion, handoff to Najee Harris. He's going to get 2 yards. So just keep pounding the rock. Try to get a run game going here. And then in that regard, at that point, catch defense off guard, keep them on their heels, open play action, and beat them deep. Because I know Matt Canada, the new offensive coordinator, is eventually going to want to take some deep shots, because regardless of who Ben has as his offensive coordinator, the gunslinger himself from Findlay, Ohio, is going to be slinging it. And with this expanded season, how we might see quarterbacks break records like we've never seen before. 2nd and 8, empty set for Pittsburgh from the 27, left to right for the black and gold. Quick bubble screen near side, complete by Deontay Johnson. Shit, I mean, he can catch. 42-yard line, he gets 2 first down, Pittsburgh. And, I mean, 2 good back-to-back plays, 2-yard run, and then a quick bubble near side, and DJ does the rest and picks up the first down. So, just keep it going. Work the clock, especially if you can get a lead on the road late, and at that point, hopefully, have the run game going and you can get out of Dodge with a win. But from the 41, officially 1st and 10, toss to Harris, and he's going to break a tackle and get to the 45 for a pickup of 4. So 2 carries for 6 yards for double deuce here early on, as Pittsburgh will have 2nd and 6 coming up. So take a look around the league here real quick. Tied 0 still with Philly and Atlanta, Seattle and Indy, along with Cardinals and Titans in the same. All these games are early, so we'll see how everything plays out. Chargers just scored. Everybody who has Austin Eckler, congrats. He is playing today. Just scored 3-yard rushing touchdown. Vikings and Bengals all knotted up at 0. Falcons with a field goal. That's up and good, 3-0. Atlanta over Philadelphia. Harris on the run there for another couple. 3rd and 4. Here 4 minutes in. Ben looking to throw, a little high, incomplete. 4th down, and here comes Pittsburgh's new punter as well, with his blue suede shoes, and Presley Harvin. Hopefully he can boom him like he did in the preseason and pin Buffalo deep. Just a little high on the pass, but it's still early. I'll I'll take it. I mean, Harris didn't look bad. Of course, drive stall, punt almost blocked. Jesus Christ. And from the 12, Buffalo calls a fair catch. So 1st and 10, Bills from there when we return. 3-0 Buffalo at home against Pittsburgh Steelers. So, yes, also going on right now, as mentioned, the Falcons are leading the Eagles 3-0. Phillies haven't touched football really yet. Vikings, Bengals, 49ers, Lions, all not up to 0. Along with Cardinals, Titans, Seahawks, Colts. Chargers just scored over the Washington football team, the Redskins. Jets, Panthers, and then Jaguars, Texans. Those are all the early 1 o'clock kicks. Everything else still to come later. We'll get to those games when we get to them. But, yeah, on offense for Pittsburgh, you know, that opening drive didn't look half bad, honestly. I mean, it did stall there after, you know, Buffalo stood tall and started to stop Najee Harris, and then the completion from Ben, and they have to punt. But it's Roethlisberger, Harris, and then you got a three-headed. Even though you have 5 receivers, and Ray McLeod along with Deontay Johnson are going to be in the return game, but you got Juju, Deontay Johnson, and Chase Claypool at receiver. Didn't really see Juju, or I mean, he was in motion a few times, but no Claypool. Now I know on offense, inactive linebacker number 41 Robert Spillane is not playing today, so we'll see how that affects Pittsburgh on defense. But as mentioned, at backer. They got 4 or 5, potentially 6, 7 deep at that position, depending on who you ask. With T.J. Watt, Devin Bush, Schobert coming up from Jacksonville, and then Highsmith battling some injuries right now, but still playing. And then they also signed Melvin Ingram, and then Spillane's still there too. And then you still have Marcus Allen and Jameer Jones made the squad out of camp and through the preseason. So defensively. Along with as stacked as they are on offense, question is, how the offensive line will do. Your 2 tackles, Dan Moore Jr., rookie out of Texas A&M, and then at right tackle, Chuk. I mean, he's had experience. How good he's going to block or play in general, I don't know. They're waiting for Zach Banner to come back from injury. He's currently on IR right now. And then with Dan Moore being a rookie, you also got Kendrick Green, a rookie center who is used to playing guard out of Illinois, but he's now wearing Pouncey's 53 and also playing center. And then you also have Kevin Dotson and Trey Turner at your guard positions. But, I mean, as stacked as they are on offense, the defense is just as good. You still have, as Buffalo hands off, a couple missed tackles before being brought down in. Okay. McKenzie got hurt on calling a fair catch on the punt. I don't know how the hell that happened, but it did. 8-yard run by Devin Singletary. And another give to him, first down from the 20 to the 22. We'll see if they give him the spot or not. It's either going to be 3rd and inches or a first down. Might have to bring Chain Gang out for first time here. But as I said, they still have Cameron Hayward, Tyson Lulu. I mean, waiting for Stephon Tuitt to come back from injury as well. They're banged up in a few spots, but they got depth. And then, in the secondary, led by Minka Fitzpatrick and Joe Hayden, you also see McKenzie going to the locker room. That's not a good sign. I don't know what the hell happened to him. Empty set, 5 wide, 1st and 10, so they do give him the first down. And Josh Allen avoids the sack, jukes out. Minka Fitzpatrick broke his ankles. However, we got a flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold. This is going to be coming back. And I think that hold was on when he avoided the sack because see a replay here on who it was who almost got to him. That was Melvin Ingram, number 8, on defense, as a defensive end, wearing number 8 for the Pittsburgh Steelers because of the new NFL jersey number rule. Yeah, that is why the hold was called, as Melvin Ingram almost got to him. held in the process, and that's why Allen was able to escape. So 1st and 20, Pittsburgh looking to bring 5. They bring 4, and then a slant over the middle is caught before Joe Hayden on the stop. Or Minka Fitzpatrick, 39. So Minka, along with, Terrell Edmonds is reliable when called upon, but that might be another position. It took them as long as it did until they got Minka after they lost Troy Polamalu to retirement, who's now in the NFL Pro Football Hall of Fame. Once again, be sure to check out that video with the draft from this past spring as well, right here on the channel. But now 2nd and 14, following the penalty and a few-yard gain on the pass. Allen looking to throw again. It's caught by Cole Beasley. Maybe 3, 4 if he's lucky, 3rd down. So Trey Norwood, 21 on the stop. At safety, it's Minka and Edmonds, but they also got Miles Killebrew and Norwood who made the stop. They did make in free agency quite a few moves on both sides of the ball. This Steeler team is not your typical Pittsburgh Steeler team as of late. Allen looking to throw, complete, number 88. That's Dawson Knox, the tight end, on the reception. 1st down, Buffalo, as they're driving, looking to extend their lead from 3 to maybe 6, 9, or 10. Now an empty set again for Josh Allen, who has Brian Dable as his offense coordinator. Play clock winding down, then get it off. Melvin Ingram's going to get to him eventually. Almost picked off the deflection by Pittsburgh. This Bills offensive line not looking, neither offensive line really looking that good here early, but Pittsburgh on defense been able to, and now credit, Steelers only had the ball a couple plays, but Steeler defense able to get to Josh Allen here, but he's able to get rid of it. He's got a quick release. 2nd and 10, as Charles Davis on the screen circles Josh Allen's eyes for some reason. Pass complete near side at midfield. Sutton on the coverage. That's going to number 1, former Steeler, and Emmanuel Sanders, who's also bounced around the league with Denver, San Fran, and New Orleans, now up in Western New York with the Bills. And was it a catch? They say yes. Next play rolling. And Stephon Diggs breaks a tackle. It's poor tackling by Pittsburgh. Another 1st down. However, there is a flag, so I think this might be coming back again for another offensive hold. 10 yards. They'll replay the down. Holding, yep, 10 yards. So 2 holdings on this drive. It was on Deion Dawkins last time, now on Mitch Morse, who there's also now a new Mitch on the Bills roster as well, backing up Josh Allen, a former Bear quarterback, 1st-round pick out of North Carolina, and Mitch the Bitch Trubisky. Will he ever see the field in Buffalo? Probably not, but you never know. 1st and 20 from the 40. Could be a good, reliable backup, though, for Josh Allen. 1st and 20. From the 39, Allen's going to hand off. And Singletary gets 6 before being brought down by Schobert and Bush. Schobert was wearing 45 in the preseason. Switched his number to 93. Former Brown and Jag got traded by the Jags to Pittsburgh during the preseason. And because, of course, losing Bud Dupree to the Titans, who's trail now Arizona by 3. And then, Spillane inactive today. Good to have depth at that linebacker position. Good to have depth at every position as Allen goes deep, overthrows Sanders at the 5-yard line, incomplete. It'll be third down and a mile. But, I mean, what do you think of when you think of the Pittsburgh Steelers? You think of defense. You think of the steel curtain. You think of the 6 Super Bowls. So, Trey Norwood got beat. Manuel Sanders almost walked in. As Roethlisberger can only stand on the sideline. As the Steeler defense now has been out on the field for most of this first quarter, because the Steelers on offense only had a few plays before they went 3 and out. But they did pick up a first down or two there, but try to stall. Allen looking to throw, and it's going to be caught and dropped at the 35 by Beasley. There is a flag on the play, though. We'll see what that is. It's going to be a hold on Buffalo or anything on Buffalo, decline it and punt. Holding on the Bills. Penalties are going to be declined. 4th down and 14, and Buffalo's on the punt. All right, I'll take it. So 3 holding calls from these officials already in midseason form on the Buffalo offensive line, but 3 good holding penalties by the Bills because, honestly, I mean, you know holding's on every play, but it's whether or not they call it. You know, if you don't hold him, he's going to go down on the sack. And then they just got caught 3 times in a row, and it stopped the drive, and now the Bills are on the punt. So it's not like they were bad holding calls by the refs. They were clear-cut holds. So touchback on the punt, and it'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh when we return with 5:05 to play here in this first quarter as we kick off the season with the Steelers trailing by 3-0. In the meantime, Philadelphia and the eastern shittiest part of the state of Pennsylvania, they are now up 7-3 at Atlanta. So they're about to kick off. These 2 teams, Steelers and Eagles, did at least met the preseason. Pittsburgh picked up a win from the Link last month. Actually, they played a month ago today. Now that I think about it, it was August the 12th. Now here we are, September the 12th. But nonetheless, these are the 2 games I got on because those are the 2 games on my area here for the NFL with Steelers, Bills, and Eagles, Falcons. See how Philly scored here on a replay. No more Carson Wentz, it's Jalen Hurts. And from one Oklahoma, Alabama quarterback to the rookie receiver at Alabama, Devontae Smith, touchdown Eagles. So fly, Eagles, fly. The Heisman Trophy winner scores the Eagles' first points of the season. Matt Ryan under center out of the eye. I feel, honestly, he would be a good fit for Pittsburgh if Roethlisberger would retire and they, you know, can't go out and get anybody else in free agency or don't feel anybody that they would draft or anybody on the current roster would, be, the future. Because, I mean, Rudolph's along with Dobbs, definitely not. Sure as hell not. Jesus Christ. I mean, Haskins has potential, but really, is he, going to be the answer long term? Probably not. I mean, I'd rather, take a rental on a veteran quarterback for a few years, especially the way these quarterbacks, everybody's, at least quarterbacks, but everybody, health-wise, playing into their late 30s, early 40s. Hell, Brady's 44, for God's sakes. Take a rental on somebody for a few years. I mean, Garoppolo's even younger. Those are the 2 that I've thought of, and I mentioned this on how many times last year, that if Ben were to retire after last year, which he didn't, he's back, that I thought those 2, along with Stafford, who's now in L.A., maybe even Carson Wentz, who's now in Indy. Got an update, 49ers Lions. Trey Lance with a passing touchdown as he starts. That's the thing with Garoppolo. Lance's future out in San Fran. Well, he's got to go somewhere. And if Atlanta moves on from Matt Ryan, well, he's got to go somewhere too unless he retires. 1st and 10, Roethlisberger looking to throw. It's caught by, holy shit, Deontay Johnson can catch the football. 5 yards for him. 2nd down and medium. But, yeah. We'll get there, of course, when we get there. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least what happens this year. And then, of course, next offseason. Already, talk about the offseason next year coming off of this past offseason. just enjoy this season while we can. 2nd and 4 from the 26. Friarmuth 88 in motion. Out of the guns, Big Ben Roethlisberger fake the give. Complete, nope, dropped. And there's Matt Canada up in the booth. Pittsburgh's new offensive coordinator. He's been with the team as a quarterback coach past few years, following a few stints in college at Pitt in Maryland most recently. Chase Claypool, the intended target, and just a little too far out for him to be able to bring it in for the grab. Incomplete. 3rd down and 4. Harris motions out. Empty for Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger pump fakes, and then he's going down on the sack, fumble, and I don't know who recovered that. I think Pittsburgh did. Now we got some pushing, shoving, flags coming flying. So the penalty is going to be after the play. Roethlisberger got strip sacked. Now we got some trash talk. See what the dirty laundry is. Fumble, recovered by Pittsburgh. And then unsportsmanlike conduct on Chase Claypool. It'll be half the distance, 4th down, so Pittsburgh's going to punt. Okay, so the Steelers recovered. And then, yeah, there's some pushing and shoving. Oh, well. Pittsburgh's still going to have to punt anyway because that was 3rd down, 4th down recovered fumble. Regardless if there's a penalty flag or not, so, you know, all right. Hopefully you can just block up front so this one almost doesn't get blocked like the last one. Presley Harvin back in the end zone, getting ready to hopefully drill it. Rookie out of Georgia Tech. And from the 35, Pittsburgh right there on the stop. Mike Tomlin all smiles for the punt and the coverage as the Bills get nowhere on the return. 1st and 10, Buffalo still up 3-0 when we return. So yes, 3-0 Bills. Matt Ryan for a 1st down, maybe. Depending on the spot, I guess. They got a new head coach, Arthur Smith. But you got a former MVP quarterback. You got Jalen Hurts, who's replacing, Carson Wentz, who is a MVP quarterback. There's some potential. You take a look around the league, which we will at halftime with scores from these games here at 1 o'clock. But there's some potential for, say, the Falcons or hell, even the Eagles. Or, I would think both Pittsburgh and Buffalo are going to be in the playoffs. The thing is, the NFC South, Carolina's okay. Sam Darnold, 1st year in Charlotte. It's Brady's division for the taking, though. And then with New Orleans losing Drew Brees, well, we'll see how Jameis and Taysom do. And then it's Atlanta. When they like I said, if they can figure out their defense, I get they got rid of Julio Jones. He's now in Tennessee. And the Titans in the AFC South, Jacksonville is going to be all right. They're going to win a few games. They'll surprise few people, but it's still early for Trevor Lawrence and Urban Meyer. The Texans without Sean Watson, I should say, no way in hell. And then it's Indy and Tennessee, really, in the AFC South. But, this AFC North and the AFC East, it's Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Baltimore, Buffalo, New England, Miami's to take, minus the Jets and the Bengals, okay? probably in that order, minus, maybe a few moves. But, that's why they play the games. It's a long-ass season, even longer this year than ever before. 17 regular season games. And the thing is, too, the Steelers played 4 preseason games because they played in the Hall of Fame game last month against the Cowboys, who lost on Thursday against the Bucs because they can't kick field goals. But now from the 36-yard line, 1st and 10 for Buffalo. Allen looking to throw, gets rid of it, incomplete, nobody there. So Pittsburgh getting pressure. Like I said, they're going to get after him here. They're going to bring him down on a few of these plays here eventually. Just a matter of when. But at the same time, Josh Allen with his legs able to run. That's why I said he reminds me a lot of a younger Ben Roethlisberger. He does. He can beat him in that regard then too. But if he has all day to throw and the secondary's iffy, when Minka and Hayden are going to be making stops play after play after play, Allen pump fakes, tucks it, run, 9 yards on the pickup for him. It's 3rd and 1 now with 3:33 to play in this first. 3-0 Buffalo once again. But then that's the deep ball. And hell, they already threw one, and he overthrew Emmanuel Sanders only by a few yards, unless it'd be 10-0 right now. And, that's the thing. The Steelers defense here early on cannot get off the field. They had 3 offensive holding penalties help them out in Buffalo's favor on the last drive. But what's it going to be this time, 3rd and 1. As it looks like San Francisco's using both Jimmy G and Trey Lance. Flea flicker from the Bills. Pass incomplete. Nice bat down there by Sutton. Incomplete at 35. And Buffalo's going to be on to punt. Watch a fake, though. They're near midfield. It's 4th and 1. Here, nearing the end of the first quarter, after an explosive start on the kick return, and they get 3. And then, the drive sense of stalled. This stalls again. Buffalo is in fact on to punt, but just watch the fake. Michigan won last night against Washington at home. They ran one of these to set the course to halftime, and then they took care of business in the big house in the second half to beat the Huskies. But now from the 7, Pittsburgh on the punt return, out past, near the 15, I should say. Goes 14, Ray McLeod. So it'll be 1st and 10 from wherever the hell they spot the football at when we return. But yes, once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. As we got a good one going. I mean, it's still early here. Unfortunately, due to copyright, I cannot show the game, so hopefully you understand. But thank you for tuning in and watching. But, I mean, the Bills, yes, they are a 6-point favorite at home. Thank you. Haven't got any new ones recently, and I mean, I guess 2 months or so. But I think everybody knows why I can't show the game. That's due to copyright. So once again, hopefully you understand. But CBS and Fox, of course, for the NFL, along with NBC and ESPN. Tonight, Sunday Night Football on NBC. It'll be the Bears and Rams, in which, just as somebody said earlier, I think Buffalo, along with, I would think this Philly-Atlanta game's a toss-up. I mean, flip a coin, really. 7-3 right now in the first, but the Rams are going to beat the Bears. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, I mean, honestly, you could flip a coin in that one, too, especially with Baltimore Ravens, being down to their 10th string running back. But I mean, I'm not going to be shocked if the Steelers lose today. I'm not. Um, especially the way they started last year, but then they lost 5 of 6 to close out the year. Um, Still got to find a running game here with Najee Harris, rookie back at Alabama. Um, but thing is, series-wise, Steelers-Bills, uh, the 2-game winning streak Buffalo has right now in back-to-back seasons as well against Pittsburgh Steelers is their longest since winning 5 in a row from 1986 to 1993. Of course, when the Bills are running wild, going to 4 straight Super Bowls and also losing 4 straight Super Bowls, I might add, in which the Steelers have been in 8 Super Bowls and won 6 of them, losing to the Cowboys in 30 and the Packers in 45, and have not been back since. And now we're on the road to Super Bowl 56 here in this 2021 season out in Southern California. Come next February the 13th, 2022 is the new SoFi Stadium, home of the Rams and Chargers. Chargers on the road in Washington here today, taking on the Skins, or the Washington football team, whatever you want to call them, or whatever the hell they're going to be named next year. Rams, as mentioned, they host the Bears and Andy Dalton and Justin Fields tonight. We'll see how that game goes. But they spotted the 13 or 13, first and 10 Pittsburgh. Ben on the play action, going to dump it off to Juju far side. He gets to 20. It'll be second down. That play looked dead from the start, even with the play action. Ben had a lot of time to throw. And yeah, you look at the offensive line. David DeCastro's retired. Marquise Pouncey's retired. Alejandro Villanueva is a Baltimore Raven, as is Le'Veon Bell. Like I said, at O-line for Pittsburgh, you got 2 rookies at left tackle and center. Fake the end around, hand off to Najee Harris on 2nd and 4. He gets 2, maybe 3. It'll be 3rd and short here, under 2 to play in this opening quarter. I mean, at least they add experience at right guard with Trey Turner coming over from out west. But it all starts up front. Offense and defensive line, you got to be able to block. You got to be able to run the football, protect your quarterback, get after the opposing quarterback, whoever your opponent is. And that is, of course, Josh Allen today. 3rd and 2 for Pittsburgh from the 21. Field goal once again by Atlanta. They trailed by 1 at home against the Eagles, 7-6 in the Mike Vick game. And from the 3rd and 2, spot at the 21, Roethlisberger finds Juju Smith-Schuster for a Steeler first down to the 33-yard line. First down, Steelers. And now Deontay Johnson is injured, which is not a good sign. But they still have James Washington and Ray McLeod at receiver. So instead of 5 receivers now, they're down to 4. DJ, 18, down injured. They're checking on him. Hopefully he can come back. We saw on a fair catch of all plays, Isaiah McKenzie, number 19 for the Bills, go down with an injury, and we haven't seen him return yet. So I get it's week 1. I'm sure even with a mid-70-degree day, a few players are just cramping up because it's the first real live football game here in the regular season. Of course, you went through training camp, you went through the preseason, but this is for real. This means a win or a loss. You win or lose in preseason, who cares? But standing-wise, and really playoff position come late in the year, you could always go back to a game like this in which, say Buffalo wins or Pittsburgh wins, then determine the seeding. Even with, Pittsburgh's in the AFC North and Buffalo's in the AFC East, even though there's only about a 5-hour difference in between Western Pennsylvania and upstate Western New York as well. But now as Deontay Johnson gets helped to his feet, see what happened here on a replay. He got sandwiched by 2 Bills defenders at the 25-yard line and went down. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him, I'd say. He limps off the field, but, here, minute 3 to play in this first, I would think he'll be all right. At least he was able to catch a few passes thrown his way here early on and not brick hands. But Pittsburgh now the first down, clock rolling under a minute now. Okay, we're back. Motion man is Juju. And James Washington out wide near side. Bubble screen to him. And he's going to get 9, maybe 10. There are some reports, of course, that he wanted out. Of course, he denied those. Sean McDermott laying into the refs. Pittsburgh, on that snap, they sort of faked the give to everybody in the backfield, and Juju came around sort of on an end around once the ball was snapped. And then a bubble to 13, James Washington, former Kickoff Award winner out of Oklahoma State, who sort of really hasn't, done anything with Pittsburgh. I mean, talk about not being able to catch football well, he's in that category too. That should do it, though, honestly, for the first quarter here. So 9 yards on the final play of the first. Pittsburgh's going to have a 2nd and 1 to begin quarter 2, down 3-0 on the road at the Buffalo Bills. So once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions. NFL, Pittsburgh Steelers, and Buffalo Bills live right here on YouTube. Here this NFL Week 1 Sunday. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share hashtag NFL, hashtag Steelers, hashtag Bills. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers. Always greatly appreciated. Also, in the meantime, Falcons at home hosting the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Jalen Hurts wearing at number 1 at quarterback. Devontae Smith keeps his number 6 that he wore at Alabama. And we'll see what they do. Fake to give to Miles Sanders. Booby Miles from Penn State. Complete to Zach Ertz or Dallas Goedert. It's one of the tight ends. First down, Philly regardless. Another update from that same 49er Lion game, and just as we saw Trey Lance, throw a touchdown to get on the board for San Fran on the road at the Lions, Jared Goff, the new Lions quarterback, coming over and trade with the Rams, as Stafford's now in L.A., Goff throws a passing touchdown to T.J. Hawkinson, the former Iowa tight end. The Hawkeyes with a big road win at Iowa State yesterday. Hurts looking to throw, first down out past midfield, and that's complete to Zach Ertz. So they go back-to-back the tight ends with Goddard and Ertz, and not down by contact. Nobody was around, nobody touched them. Simple wheel route for the tight end, and a little underthrown, but Ertz still able to find it, and big first down pickup for the Eagles, first attempt for 42. Dump off, batted down on the screen. Philly needs to get their run game going with Miles Sanders, especially with a young quarterback in Jalen Hurts. So I think they did actually try to run some hurry up just to make sure that pass wasn't incomplete. And then the next one was incomplete. But, got some good NFL action with only the one update from the same game twice, as I believe we're tied up at 7 apiece with the Niners and Lions, which honestly a low-key good under-the-radar matchup with Kyle Shanahan and Dan Campbell back as a head coach in the league. Of course, he was an interim with the Dolphins a few years back. But from the Motor City, as we're in the hot ATL and in upstate Western New York, 2nd and 1 to begin the second. Pittsburgh going to lose a few as Roethlisberger handed off to Najee Harris, and Ed Oliver out of Houston takes down a Crimson Tide alum for a loss of a few. 3rd and, let's see officially what it is, 3rd and 5 after a loss of 4. Empty set for Pittsburgh. Play clock winding down. They just get it off. Ben deep down the far side and incomplete. Claypool wanted a flag. Not going to get it. That's probably good no call. 4th and 5 for Pittsburgh, and what do you know? Here we go again. Steelers on the punt. So It looks like defense is going to have to keep them in this game until they get rolling on offense, as good as they are. Uh, stacked to the core with as much talent as they have. But at the same time, it's not a receiving core that's led by any Hall of Famers right now. Punt goes out of bounds. See where they spawned it at. Probably inside of 20 there somewhere, it looks like. 23-yard line, actually. First 10 Bills from there. Up 3, 14:01 to play in this first half. As always, coming at halftime, first half stats and scores. But especially with Deontay Johnson going down, we'll see if he comes back. You're down to Juju and Chase Claypool, who that pass was intended for. And then can't really run the football with Najee Harris. Puts more pressure on Ben then to do basically everything, which this late in his career, no. You should have a running game, and hopefully you will get it going, and he won't have to do it all. Because when he does, it's not a good sign. It's not going to be good. But there's another position on offense that they have not gone to, just like Penn State hasn't really gone to first 2 weeks either. That's tight end. We haven't seen a pass complete or even attempted to be thrown towards Ebron or Freiermuth yet. And you look at the Bills on the flip side with the Steelers defense still on the field, 2 yards on the carry. The Bills on offense, for the most part, a little bit more balanced than what Pittsburgh is, but it's turned into a defensive showdown. And really, Buffalo only has those 3 points because they got in good field position to start the game with that opening kickoff return in Steeler territory, and which, a few plays later, because the drive stalled, they had to kick the field goal. So that's why they're up 3. 49ers take a 14-7 lead, so that game was, in fact, tied up at 7. 14-7, Niners over the Lions. Now we've got an update with the Seahawks and Colts from Indy. Jets and Panthers, in the meantime, are tied up at 0. The Seahawks, 14-3 over the Colts. Russell Wilson with a passing touchdown. 7-6 Chargers over the Skins, the football team in the NFL. As it's 7-6 Philly over Atlanta, excuse me. Pass complete to Emmanuel Sanders for a first down, and then pass complete to Cole Beasley for a few. 2nd and 5 for Buffalo. Cardinals 10-0 over Tennessee as they near the end of the first quarter. Josh Allen gonna run a quarterback draw. Hayward on the tackle, fumble. They're going to say Allen was down. I know he was down at midfield there before the ball came out. I don't know who has this, whether it's Pittsburgh or Buffalo. It's going to be Bill football, 1st and 10 though. And was his knee down? Can we get a pause on that maybe? That ball's out. That's a fumble. But Josh Allen's right there to fall on it for a recovery. But who did, in fact, recover? That's the question now. That's a fumble. That ball's out. That's not. His knee was not down. But did Buffalo recover? They must have. Okay, it's 1st and 10 Bills from the 50. Pittsburgh brings some pressure off the edge. Complete the Diggs for 5. He's going to get about 8. 2nd down and short. Vikings and Bengals still knotted up at 0. Kirk Cousins and Joe Burrow going at it. Charles Davis cannot draw a box. We've learned that today. He cannot draw a box. That's a false start. Allen looking deep for Diggs, who had the false start. No flag. Incomplete, 3rd and 3. I thought he jumped early. I did. Good coverage, though, by Pittsburgh. And Allen didn't even have to go deep. If he wanted to dump it off for 15 yards to his tight end coming across the field, he could have done that too, near side, and picked the first down that way. But now it's 3rd and 3 for the Bills. Third and 3, it's going to be incomplete. And the Bills are going to be on to punt again, just like Pittsburgh was on their last drive. So what defense now is going to bend but don't break? That's the big question moving ahead. Because neither of these offenses right now can get anything going whatsoever. Maybe it's going to be special teams. We saw a big return on the opening kickoff for Buffalo. River and McLeod back deep for Pittsburgh on this Bills punt. Ball going to go out of bounds around the 5-yard line. You're going to mark it at the 7. So 1st and 10 Steelers from there.
It's time to hit refresh, to be buttoned up, to feel your best and look it. By using Just for Men shampoo and hair color to eliminate gray in 5 easy minutes. It's time to look forward. Just for Men shampoo and color.
Kickoff football season, we're giving new customers an instant win. Bet $1 on any NFL game, get $200 instantly, no matter what. Let's run that back. Bet $1 on any NFL game, get $200 instantly. Plus, if you're not in a sportsbook state, anyone can win over 50 grand in prizes with our free-to-play pool. So head to the DraftKings app, bet $1 to get $200 instantly, and make it rain with an official sports betting partner of the NFL.
With DirecTV Stream, I can get live TV and on demand together. Watch Serena Wonderland. Serena Wonderland. Serena Wonderland.
You cannot be serious.
Get your TV together with the best of live and on demand. Introducing DirecTV Stream with no annual contract.
Thursday Night Football is only on NFL Network. Saquon and the Giants. Chase Young and Washington. It's an NFC East showdown. Thursday Night Football, Thursday at 8, only on NFL Network.
Calvin, we're related. Say what now?
It feels good to have our neighbors back. The Neighborhood season premiere, September 20th on CBS.
Think of this new season of Survivor kind of like the monster in a horror movie. It's hungry, it's relentless, and it's coming for you.
Week 1 continues later today on CBS and Fox. Then tonight on NBC. Tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ABC and ESPN. Stream games on with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps.
It's starting to get windy. We'll see if that affects kicking game potentially a little bit later on. From the 7, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. Pump fake to Juju. And incomplete, 25-yard line. 10 for Deontay Johnson, who's back in the ball game following his injury scare a little bit ago. Like I said, I feel like he just got the wind knocked out of him or started to cramp up a little bit. So good to see him back out there. And at least Ben's going right back to him, you know. Get him reacclimated and just keep rolling. Run your game plan as you're going to run your game plan. Let Big Ben be Big Ben Roethlisberger. But you have to get the run game going to do that. But credit to Buffalo's defense. They can, you know, stop Pittsburgh's offense here once again for the 3rd straight year and win 3 in a row against Black and Gold, and so be it. Hand off to Harris. He's going to be brought down the backfield, no gain on the play. They're actually going to give him a yard, maybe two. We'll see where they spot it at, and that's honestly a little bit of a surprise because they stuffed them. It's 3rd and 8. Pittsburgh's 1 for 4 on 3rd down here early in this first half. But just as they bring up starting field position, just so I recall last time, that's a false start. Jesus Christ. Just so I remember when they met on Sunday night last December, right before Christmas, the Steelers never really had any good starting field position in that game either. Plus a few turnovers killed them, and they ended up losing by 11, if I'm not mistaken. So Buffalo's just had the upper hand against Pittsburgh, and Sean McDermott's been able to, get the best of his buddy and Mike Tomlin. 3rd and 12 after the false start, back at the 4. Roethlisberger from the goal line looking to throw. Batted down, almost intercepted. Good defense by the Bills. And here comes Presley Harvin again on the punt. It was batted down, deflected, bounced up off of a helmet. And Terrell Edmonds' brother, almost picked it off. Starting field position in Steeler territory at the 40 now. We'll keep going. 35. Yeah, we'll say the 35. 35-yard line for Buffalo. Watch for Buffalo to take a shot. Allen under center, end around, and a few-yard loss. Isaiah McKenzie's back out there, so okay, the two injured receivers back out there. He's brought down for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13. Allen empty set from the 40. TJ Watt on the pressure, incomplete, over the middle, 3rd down and long. Watt just signed that extension. However, we got an update. What do we got? Jags and Texans. Trevor Lawrence passing touchdown. Okay, Urban Meyer in his NFL debut with #1 overall pick Trevor Lawrence. They cut it to 7. They trail 14-7 at the Texans without Deshaun Watson. Cardinals put it to the Titans 17-0. But yeah, Watt just signed an extension on Friday. Technically a 5-year deal with this year included for $112 million. And TJ Watt on a sack. Ball comes loose. Steelers have it. So speak of the devil. That $80 million, that's guaranteed as a signing bonus. The Steeler defense just got a whole lot richer as TJ is the best Watt brother of the 3, and Derek's on the Steelers as well, and now JJ's out in the desert, but that's why he just signed an extension. That's exactly why they paid him. And I guess his agents were trying to get more money for him, but he said no. He walked into Rooney's office and said, "We got a deal," and then he left to go work out. So, I mean, that just shows you what kind of guy he is, too. That, money's not everything, even though he just signed a, $100+ million extension to stay in Pittsburgh for the next 5 years. So, he'll be around until after 2026 at the earliest. But, and, the deal for Pittsburgh to do that, you don't see that with the Steelers. They don't do shit with what they just did with T.J. Watt, but rightfully so. That's exactly why they paid him. He takes down Josh Allen on a sack. Allen, that's his second fumble. Actually recovered the other one, but Pittsburgh right on the recovery there, as he sacked him, stayed on top of him, basically held him down until the Steelers were able to regroup and get to the football and recover it to hopefully now gain some momentum from that and build some rhythm as well and get their run game going. And I mean, the offensive line isn't looking half bad. Could be a little bit better, but they got to be able to run the football for Ben to do Ben things. And I mean, Deontay Johnson's back out there, so there's really no question on how the receivers are at health-wise. Along with, they've all shown they can catch. So it's time to open up this playbook and get the offense rolling. And go the tight ends, like I said, too, with Ebron and Friday. I'm sure they'll have a few tricks up their sleeve throughout the season. Wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe use one of those right now, as there's a shot in Niagara Falls. But T.J. Watt, he fell on Josh Allen. Ball came loose, and Steelers recovered the fumble. So first down, black and gold. Down by 3 here in the second quarter as we near halftime. It's 3-0 Bills at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers. 8:38 officially to play in this first half. So once again, thanks for tuning in and watching. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. From the 45, Roethlisberger out of the gun, gonna fake the give and then dump off to Deontay Johnson out of the backfield, or Juju Smith-Schuster, number 19, not 18. And he gets about 8, maybe 9. Actually, they give him the first down. 1st and 10 Steelers. First and 10 from the other 45-yard line on the right side of the 50 in Bills territory. Fake the give on the play action. Ben rolling out. Hold on to the football. That's going to be intentional grounding. Yeah. Incomplete. There's nobody in the area. I'm not going to be shocked if the flag comes out here. No intentional grounding. All right, I'll take it. That should have been intentional grounding now. I'll say that. They obviously said somebody was in the area. Update with Seattle and Indy. Carson Wentz with a passing touchdown. 14-10 Seahawks with a 4-point lead still. So 2nd and 10 following the incompletion. So it is a sack. And back to the original line of scrimmage at the 45. So, yeah, 2nd and 20. They have the graphic wrong. And then Harris on the run. No gain for him. 3rd and a mile. I mean, honestly, rather than the sack, I would have, hey, you want to throw the penalty, go right ahead. I'll take the intentional grounding. Loss of down, it's still going to be 2nd down. That's the stupidest rule ever. Of course, other than the damn targeting that's running wild right now in the world of football, but 3rd and 20 for Pittsburgh. Ben just going to dump it off and it's incomplete, intended for Najee Harris, and then he gets drilled afterwards. But because of the sack, Pittsburgh going to have to punt again. Roethlisberger talking it over with his rookie running back. Harris has to be owned to him, and I think that's what Ben was telling him. So, Harvin on the punt. Going to be downed inside the 15 at the 9 by the Steelers punt unit, and the 1st and 10 Bills from there. So we're set in. This is the defensive game right now. Neither offense can do jack shit. It's a punt contest, and the Bills, because they had that early field goal because of a large opening kickoff that set them up in good starting field position. That, of course, they only got a few yards on that drive anyway, but they got a field goal in the end, and that's why they have the lead right now, 3-0. So that's where we stand. There's a whole lot else going on. Pittsburgh can't capitalize off the turnover, which is a sad thing to see, of course, but at the same time, it's still early. We're not even at halftime yet. You know, you still got a whole second half, but same time, especially on the road, you don't want to have the game get away from you too much. You know, just keep with it. Thing is, though, too, this Steeler defense has been out there a lot already today because the offense can't really drive. Time possession, Buffalo's leading that category right now. We'll get to first half stats and scores coming up at half, along with taking a look around the rest of the NFL as well. So stay tuned, and thank you once again for tuning in and watching. Like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. But I mean, just not really surprised a whole lot by how they're playing, but at the same time, they know, along with all of us, we all know that they can be playing 10 times better. So, in that regard, hopefully here soon they'll get something cooking, and you know, hopefully it won't be like this the whole entire game. I would think second half or here before halftime, one of these two teams are going to get something going, but the Steeler defense going to have to keep the offense in this game until they can get something going then as well. So we'll see what happens, but yes, here. Steelers, Bills, NFL Week 1, the Bills lead by a score right now of 3-0. First and 10, Buffalo from the 9 following a punt. Allen going to hand off. Singletary, no gain for him. Second down.
Inside the NFL is now streaming the hardest hitting team analysts in football. Provide expert insight, exclusive commentary you won't find anywhere else. Stream new episodes Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern, exclusively on Paramount Plus.
This is part of the team now too, right?
An empty set for Buffalo again here. Allen over the middle. It's caught by Knox. First down at the 22. Edmonds and Bush on the stop. First and 10, Buffalo.
We go back to the playoff game. He's a runner, he's a passer, he's both when Dawson Knox caught that touchdown pass. They want more of these catches. Consistent catching the football, key situations. If they get that, the offense continues to open up.
They averaged 19.6 points per game in 2019. It jumped to 31.3 in 2020.
Allen pump fakes. Penalty flag comes flying. It's going to be a hold. It's going to be coming back. Incomplete. Schobert almost got to him. See what the flag is. It's going to be a hold. Holding. 10 yards, they'll replay the down. Still second down. First down. Yeah, first and 20. Yeah, the holding was on Dawkins again. And Highsmith, along with Schobert, still almost got to him. First and 20. Allen complete to Cole Beasley before being brought down by 55 and 35 for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So 10-yard pickup. The second and 10 here, 4:24 to play in this first half. Another empty set. Pass going to be caught. Sutton on the tackle. Singletary about 5 yards on the reception. Third down. We got a live shot up top. Allen over the middle. It's going to be caught by Gabe Davis. So that was a little bit different for CBS. There is a penalty flag on this play as well. 3:31 to play. It's going to be against the Steelers, it looks like. Penalty's going to be declined. First down, Buffalo. Too many men on defense. Penalties declined. First down. Yeah. See if there were actually more than 11 on defense or not. I mean, that's just a stupid penalty. You know better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, they did have 12. Doesn't work in any league. It's 11 on 11 last I checked. Any level of football. From the 36 after the pickup, and of course, decline penalty, first and 10 Bills. Allen going to keep it for 2, maybe 3 on the draw. But yeah, that was a little different for CBS to do what they did there. They were running a side-by-side pitcher-in-pitcher with a replay, and then they went to the live shot up top left corner because the Bills snapped it that quick, and then that's when the pass was complete to Gabe Davis for a big first down in the penalty, and then that 3-yard run by Allen on that last play. So Bills injured a lineman, actually his left shoe, I believe, just came out, so that's why he has to come off. And that is Dion Dawkins, who is related to Chocolate Thunder himself. Nick is an offensive lineman for Penn State, but in the meantime, 2nd and 7 for Buffalo. From the 34. Pittsburgh might have jumped off sides, penalty flag. Yeah, they did. Complete to Diggs. He got about 5, but they'll take the 5-yard offside and replay the down, get a so that was 2nd and 7. Well, it'd be right at 5 yards. You can take the penalty or not and still get the same out of it. It'll be... Yeah, they'll replay it at 2nd down rather than 3rd and 2. Yeah. Okay.
That's exactly right, Ian, because Highsmith realized that Brown had just come off the bench. That's an old adage.
So 2nd and 2 rather than 3rd and 2 because of the penalty. Yeah. 5 yards on the penalty, 5 yards on the pickup. But, yeah, you take the penalty, you get an extra down here. From the 28. Allen, slant over the middle, caught. Diggs inside the 20 to 17, first down. Buffalo as We are now at the 2-minute warning with the Bills knocking on the door, looking to extend the lead here before halftime. However, the Steelers will in fact get the ball to begin the second half after we kicked off to begin today's game, and then that's why Buffalo has 3 points they have, and then it's deadlock 0 apiece from then on out until now, potentially with the Bills driving. But had a good kickoff return to begin the game. Buffalo ended up kicking a field goal on that opening drive, and since then it's been a defense showdown. But now the Bills are trying to put something together here. Stupid penalties by the Steelers with too many men on defense and offside as well, and giving a big pass play over the middle, setting up a 1st and 10 for the Bills inside the 20 now here at the 2-minute warning. So 3-0 now. I'm not going to be shocked if it's 6-10-0 at the half. Pittsburgh still has all 3 timeouts last I checked, so hopefully if they would get the ball back here, good clock management to at least get in field goal position to get some points of your own. But when you can't hardly drive to begin with, what makes you think they're going to be able to drive and try to cut it in short amount of time before half, and then you get the ball to also begin the second half to potentially if you're not already back into it or close to it, well then tie it up or take the lead or whatever the case may be, go from there. So yeah, this, like I said, I'm not really surprised by any means, but at the same time it's like this is just how Steeler football is. In times like this, when they're just not doing jack shit, because when it rains it pours, or with the Pirates, who are an absolute dumpster fire in baseball. At least Pittsburgh has the Steelers and the Penguins, and then myself being a Penn State fan will pick and eat shit. But the Pirates with pitching, when they can pitch, they can't hit. But when they can hit, they can't pitch. For the Steelers, when one thing's going wrong, everything's going wrong. They just can't run the football. The defense is making plays, they are. But then eventually, with you being out there as long as they have been, no wonder the Bills are inside the 20 about ready to score. Because eventually you're going to get dog tired, and that's good for whoever's on offense with defense, hands on their hips, and just beat them. But credit once again to the Bills' defense because they're able to stop the Steelers on offense. Trips in a bunch top your screen. Allen on a quarterback draw. He gets a yard. He just signed an extension as well to stay in Buffalo this past offseason. As he's the best quarterback they've had since Jim Kelly. Second and 9. Yeah, both teams have all 3 timeouts remaining here. Over the middle, it's caught by Beasley. He gets brought down inside the 10 at the 9. 3rd and 1 with 1:10 to play. I mean, if I'm Buffalo on offense, I'd drain this clock as far as I, can to not allow Pittsburgh to get the football back to. And it doesn't look like the Steelers can get the football back anyway. Not at this point now. Pittsburgh shifts on the line. Quarterback sneak. Josh Allen gets 4 to the 5. And 1st and goal now with 39 seconds to play and 3 timeouts. So if the Bills don't score or put up any points, it's going to be a loss. They do take their first timeout, though, here. That's hard to believe. Hard to believe. Gabe Davis in motion. Allen looking near side. Just throws it away into the crowd. Incomplete. Gabe Davis and Cole Beasley top of your screen, and then Diggs and Emmanuel Sanders at the bottom, with McKenzie coming out of the backfield. Now 2nd and goal. Another quarterback draw for Josh Allen. Pittsburgh going to make a stop at the 3. Minkah Fitzpatrick on the stop, along with Tyson Alualu, number 94. Buffalo with another timeout. It's their 2nd. They have 1 remaining. Third and goal from the 3. Pittsburgh going to call timeout. Got a whistle. Steelers timeout.
So the Steelers call the timeout with 27 seconds left. And like Tomlin and company, you put no points on the board, but your defense has done yeoman's work throughout. And was challenged.
Of course, just want to make sure you're set. Make sure you're ready for what's to come.
The reason they have 3 points was that kickoff return. That set up Buffalo. Really couldn't move the football against Pittsburgh there. But in this situation for Buffalo, I don't expect them to run the ball even if Singletary's in the backfield. Would not be surprised if Josh Allen on the move, one side or the other, trying to fit one pass option for him.
3rd and goal from the 3 here still for the Bills. Allen going to go down. Nope. Finds Gabe Davis. Touchdown, Buffalo. TJ Watt almost had him on another sack. Was he in bounds, though, when he caught it? It was back of the end zone. I don't know if he had both feet in or not, but currently it's a 3-yard passing touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed. See the replay here. And yeah, that's a catch. That's a touchdown. Yeah, Watt almost got to him. Did take him down after the fact. But touchdown Bills. 22 seconds to play here in the first half. Buffalo now leads by 10 to nothing against the visiting Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers will have 22 seconds and 2 timeouts to try to do something, but you don't want to do anything stupid because last time they were in Buffalo, Roethlisberger, along with the whole offense, had a few turnovers in which the Bills were able to capitalize on. If I can recall correctly, one was a pick 6. So, especially at the end of the first half, just keep it simple, but I mean, you still got 22 seconds and 2 timeouts, which, that's quite a bit of time. You can start out in some good starting field position. And then use the sideline as your friend, too, because that's why it's there. I doubt they'll end up doing anything, and it'll be 10-0 at the half as it sits right now. But, at least they're going to get the football to begin the second half, because if they would have received begin the game and then the first half has played out the way it has, Bills now have some momentum. Bills Mafia back. I mean, ball game then at that point, you would think. But it's not over until it's over, though, either. So we'll see how everything shakes out. But Steelers are just going to take a knee. I'm fine with that. Play it safe. Take a knee. At the half, the Buffalo Bills lead the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 10-0. First half stats and scores. Those brought up here in a jiffy, along with taking a look around the rest of the NFL here. Bills 10-0 at the half against the Steelers. Roethlisberger's 6 of 12 for 58 yards passing. It does have 2 sacks. Remember, one of those was the intentional grounding that did not throw. Pittsburgh's punted every single drive. They cannot do a damn thing. At least they haven't turned the ball over yet, though. Buffalo does have the 1 fumble. Steelers still going to capitalize, though. So, yeah, Roethlisberger's 6 of 12 for 58 yards. Najee Harris has 7 carries for 8 yards rushing. 7 carries for 8 yards rushing. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. All starts up front and get a little block to run the football. Okay? Can't run the football. Roethlisberger has to do it all by himself, which whole entire offense hasn't been able to do shit all day anyway. So, like, especially on the road, showing at half by 10. Bills have some momentum now going into halftime. At least you're getting the ball at the beginning of the second half, but not a good sign right now for the black and gold. Juju Smith-Schuster leads Pittsburgh in receiving, 3 catches for 29 yards. Deontay Johnson, 2 for 20. And James Washington, 1 for 9. Josh Allen, he is 16 of 26 for a $152 and a score. Also has 6 carries for 27 yards on the ground. Devin Singletary, 5 carries for 18 yards. And then Buffalo receiving, Gabe Davis with that receiving touchdown just a minute ago. Has 2 catches for 40 yards receiving. Cole Beasley, 5 of 34. Emmanuel Sanders, 2 of 29. Dawson Knox, 2 of 22. Diggs has 4 catches for 22 yards receiving as well, whereas Devin Singletary also has a catch for 5 yards. So, at the half, Bills lead the Steelers 10-0. Time of possession, Buffalo leads by only 5 minutes, which that doesn't feel right for some reason, because it seems to me the Steeler defense has been out on the field 95% of this first half, and if that continues in the second half, they're going to end up losing. And unless they can get a stop on defense, you know, or well, whether it's a stop, okay, offense then takes over, drives and scores, or if the defense get a turnover again and capitalize off of that, you know, whether it's scoop and score or pick 6, maybe even special teams comes into play, like I said earlier, with that kickoff return that we saw to begin the game. And then Buffalo ended up getting 3 to close out that drive, and then it stayed at 3-0 until the Bills just scored a minute ago to go up 10-0 at the half. So, also right now in the NFL, Eagles 7-6 at Atlanta. Cincy 14-7 over the Vikings. We got some Steeler Bill highlights now. At the half, the 49ers with a 2-quarterback system are beating the Detroit Lions 31-10. Some stats in that game as, okay, Trey Lance only played on the 1 play in the passing touchdown play that we had an update on. As now we have an update with the Jets and Panthers. No surprise, Carolina up 16-0 over Gang Green. Texans lead Jacksonville 17-7, so get ready to lose Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence. Let me know how it feels. So 17-7 Houston. Future's bright for Jacksonville, though, it is. Patience. Everything takes time. Cardinals 24-6 over Tennessee. Kyler Murray with a few passing touchdowns here. Not to DeAndre Hopkins, former Texan. Seahawks were beating the Colts. Looks like they scored again right before halftime. They did. Russell Wilson, deep ball. As we'll see what Russ's stats are. But the Seahawks lead 21-10. 31-10 Niners. Defense stepping up, running a 2-quarterback system, but Trey Lance is 1 for 1 on that passing touchdown we saw earlier, as mentioned. So it's still Jimmy Garoppolo. But at least they're working the rookie in, getting them accustomed to the NFL. Bengals 14-7 over the Vikings. And Jamar Chase learned how to catch a football without white stripes on it. Chargers, they lead 13-9 at the half at Washington against the Redskins, or the football team, if you will, or whatever the hell their name's going to be next year, Red Wolves or Commanders, or who knows? Who really cares? They're still the Redskins, always will be. Philly, they're knocking on the door. They lead 13-6 right now with a 2-point attempt to come. So, for the most part, all of these early 1 p.m. kicks are either at halftime or just about to be at halftime. But we're looking at some stats with some of these games. Yeah, Garoppolo's 9-12 for $136, but San Fran rushing, 2 rushing touchdowns. Trey Lance has the passing touchdown, and then the defense is stepping up. And this Niner team, hell, they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and they're battled by a shit ton of injuries last year. And the NFC West with the Cardinals, the Rams have Stafford now, for God's sakes, plus the Niners, and Russell Wilson still up in Seattle. Like, that NFC West, it's still as tough as it has been. Like, honestly, they could get 3-4 teams in the playoffs. We'll see how it all shakes out, but especially with the expanded playoffs, I get they got 2 last year with Seattle and LA, as the Cardinals sort of late in the year fell off the face of the earth, and the Niners, because of all the injuries, well, didn't play that well. But going back to what I was saying earlier, a few teams that could, surprise this year, throw the 49ers in that mix, and they really want to be that big of a surprise, especially with as good as they were just 2 years ago, and honestly should have beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, but their defense gave up play after play after play in that second half to Patrick Mahomes. And of course, the Chiefs won before they lost to the Bucs this past February. And then on Thursday night, the Buccaneers defeated the Cowboys by a final score of 31-29 because Greg Zuerlein can't kick kicks. But right now, at the half, across NFL Week 1 here, the Bills lead the Steelers 10-0 once more. So thank you for tuning in and watching. Like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below for social media. Right now, the Eagles do, in fact, convert on that 2-point attempt. It's 15-6 Philly at Atlanta. Halftime as well. Bengals 14-7 over the Vikings. 31-10 49ers at Detroit. Cardinals in a... I mean, I thought Tennessee would, be playing a little bit better than what they are. I mean, this really isn't that big of a surprise, but the way they're doing it, leading 24-6 at the half, you'd think, Tennessee would be doing a little bit more than what they have, but obviously, I've only seen highlights of that game, so I don't know how the game's, played out from start until now. But Arizona's looking pretty good, too. Kyler Murray is 13-19 for 153 and 2 touchdowns. And both touchdowns were to DeAndre Hopkins. So, see how hot the desert can get this fall. Seattle 21-10 at Indy. And then also the Chargers 13-9 over Washington. Panthers 16-0 over the Jets. And Texans lead the Jags now 20-7, following another field goal. The AP poll just dropped for college football. We'll get to that in a second. But still to come this week, later on today and tomorrow night, for NFL Week 1 to kick off the season, we have the Cleveland Browns and Kansas City Chiefs, Miami Dolphins and New England Patriots, followed by the Denver Broncos and New York Football Giants, and Green Bay Packers and New Orleans Saints. Sunday Night Football is Bears Rams. Monday Night Football tomorrow night is Ravens Raiders. As mentioned, the Culture Bowl AP poll just dropped, as it is past 2 o'clock here on the East Coast. See what we got cooking for next week's slate of college football. Alabama 1, Georgia 2, Oklahoma is 3. Oregon jumps to 4 following their road win at Ohio State yesterday. Iowa at 5 with 2 top 25 wins to start the year off now, 2-0 wins over Indiana and Iowa State respectively. Clemson, Texas A&M, Cincinnati, and Ohio State round out 6 through 9, and then Penn State comes in at number 10 ahead of Florida, who's at 11. Notre Dame drops to 12 after almost losing to Toledo yesterday. UCLA 13, Iowa State drops to 14, Virginia Tech 15, and then 16 to 25 as Michigan enters at 25. It's Coastal Carolina, Ole Miss, Wisconsin, Arizona State, Arkansas after they Woo Pig Suey hooked the horns last night, horns down to Texas, defeated the Longhorns in Fayetteville. They got down in Arkansas, that's for damn sure, last night. Arkansas's 20, North Carolina 20-21, Auburn 22, and then BYU's 23, followed by Miami and Michigan 24 and 25 respectively. So check in now, preview next week in both college football and the NFL now as well. Week 3 college football, we'll have a top 25 showdown next Saturday night. I'll have live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube with the 10th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions taking on the 22nd ranked Auburn Tigers in this year's Penn State first of potential 2 whiteout games. So be sure to tune back in then live right here on YouTube next Saturday night, live right here, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Now I got some highlights on Fox during halftime of Eagles-Falcons. Bills 10-0 over the Steelers. Cardinals-Titans, see if anything's changed in that before they hit the half. 24-6 was the score. And it is still 24-6. So I said, all these 1 p.m. kicks now are, in fact, at the half. We'll begin the second half here momentarily with the Steelers and Bills. Chargers was 13-9, still is. Ryan Fitzpatrick injured. They got Taylor Heineke. I still don't see why they think Fitzpatrick was an upgrade over Alex Smith, but hey, so be it. Cam Newton's available. Realign himself with Ron Rivera. L. Phillip Rivers might come out of retirement for a team if need be. Larry Fitzgerald hasn't officially retired, but he's not playing. Panthers lead the Jets. Texans lead the Jaguars.
The numbers in that first half for Pittsburgh, these are humbling offensive numbers for a team that's used to moving the football.
And that's all they show right now. I'm sure TB, the original TB12, Terry Bradshaw, who won 4 Super Bowls with Pittsburgh Steelers, will have some more updated, longer highlights here momentarily. Now we're about to kick off the second half with Pittsburgh and Buffalo, so we'll get back to previewing Week 3 of college football and Week 2 of the NFL during our commercial break, so stay tuned. But those are, in fact, your first half stats and scores from Steelers, Bills, and from around the rest of the NFL currently. So, touch back on the kick, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh from the 25 as they begin down 12 on the road here in the second half. Speaking of Najee Harris, 10 yards for him, first down Pittsburgh. Question or comment here, sort of both. need to ask if Harris is picking the wrong holes or the offensive line is blocking wrong. I mean, the Steelers' offensive line really hasn't looked that bad. They haven't. I mean, that was a good block right there to open the hole up. They need to get the tight ends more involved, though. They have to get the run game going in general to just open up the whole entire offense, because Roethlisberger can't do it all by himself. But then there's another one here, too, that quick passes and misdirection are signs of bad offensive lines. To an extent, yes. But when the Steelers have, been running this type of offense for quite a while, trying to, just get your playmakers the ball in space and, go from there, it starts up front with the offense line. You got to be able to block the run to open up play action, play good defense, rely on special teams to win. Okay? Plain and simple. First down, Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger pump fakes. Going to get rid of it, and it's picked off. Jesus Christ. Intended for Deontay Johnson. There is a flag on the play, though. It's going to be against the Bills, and Steelers are going to keep the football. All right. So get this run game going. Let Ben be Ben, okay? Let him do Big Ben Roethlisberger things. And with a defensive hole, it's an automatic first down. No interception. Steelers keep the football. And no wonder he picked it off, because he held Deontay Johnson from the start of the play. And maybe that's why Ben threw it, because he knew it was a defensive hole, and hey, regardless if it's picked off or not, I might get this penalty. Now, if I don't, well, then, and if I still throw the interception, well, then it's not our football. But 1st and 10 from the 41. Buffalo bringing the house. Bubble screen, got a good block. Almost broke that tackle. He might have been off to the races. That's why they'll run those quick passes, just because of that right there. Because if they can get a convoy, I mean, go. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, some good thoughts on what's going on, what hopefully will be happening here soon. But thing is, too, like I said in the first half, incomplete on the slant over the middle. You got to give credit to Buffalo's defense, because they've been able to stop Najee Harris, who before that first down run to begin the second half here at the half, he had 7 carries for 8 rushing yards in the first half. Absolutely pathetic. And no wonder, even with starting at 11-0, they lost 5 of 6 to close out the year last year, because they couldn't run the fucking football. Plain and simple. 3rd and 4. Play clock winding down. Gets it off just barely at 1. Ben. Complete. 35-yard line, first down, Steelers. That's, hey, one of the 2 tight ends, number 85, Eric Ebron. The other, of course, rookie, number 88, out of Penn State, Patrick Freiermuth. But let Ben do Ben things. He stands in the pocket, gets drilled as he gets rid of it, and picks up a Steeler first down. That's the Ben Roethlisberger, if the offensive line's, collapsing, that, of course, you want to see. Of course, would like to see him stand back there with all day to throw, but he can't do it all by himself, and that's another reason why they have to get this run game going. Pass complete near side, Claypool goes up for it, comes down with another first down for the Steelers. So now maybe, you don't want to, jump too far ahead, jinx them by any means, but they got something rolling here. Can they keep it up? Ball inside the 20. They're in the red zone for the first time all game. This is their best drive as they begin the second half. 1st and 10, ball at the 12. Fake the give, complete to Deontay Johnson. Just don't do anything stupid. No stupid penalties. Don't turn it over. Just calm down a little bit. I mean, hopefully you don't have to settle for field goal. You can punch it in and put up 7. Because other than Boswell kicking off, we have not seen him since the beginning of the game. Presley Harvin, the new punter out of Georgia Tech, who has an absolute leg on him, he's punted every single drive until now, and hopefully, they don't take a sack or get out of field goal range and he's going to have to punt again by any means, or no stupid penalties, or, anything along those lines, like I said. 2nd and 5. You shouldn't have to because they're inside the damn 10-yard line. Hand off Najee Harris, spin move, breaks the tackle, gets 2, maybe 3 if he's lucky. But now 3rd down for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 4 minutes into the second half. Trying to at least cut this lead, chip away at it because there's still a lot of football left to be played. I want to be shocked if they run a screen or hit somebody over the middle, or just 3rd and 4, just try to pick up the 1st down and get a 1st and goal at the 2, and a dump off on a screen and it's a little too high to Harris, incomplete. So they are going to have to settle for a damn field goal. God damn it. That's the 2nd or 3rd time I do believe today that Roethlisberger and Najee Harris have been off on the screens, on simple dump-offs for a few yards, in which, I don't know if he would have walked in the end zone, he probably would have at least picked up the 1st down and be 1st and goal and out the 2. But now 4th and 4, a 24-yard chip shot field goal, up and good for Pittsburgh. They do cut it to 7, 10-3. So go back to the opening kickoff. Okay, the Bills had that 3 points to start the game because, of course, the drive ended up stalling, but they had good starting field position because of the opening kick. And then they just scored that late touchdown before half. Just think they don't have that late touchdown before the half. And then Pittsburgh still drives the way they do. Kick a field goal, we're all tied up at 3, but they still trail by 7. At least they're on the board with some points. At least, like I said, they're starting to chip away at it and get back into this ball game. Now, if only the defense can continue to step up and hold the fort down, and like I said, keep the game alive, keep Pittsburgh in this game until the offense gets going. And now the offense seems to be cooking. Can they build off of it though on their next drive and drives after that? Only time will tell. Of course, we'll see. Thank you for tuning in and watching that. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. But defensively then, because they're going to be on defense when we return, Bills going to get the ball for the first time on offense here in this second half, up by 7 now, not 10, 7. They have the lead cut with a Steelers field goal by Boswell from 24 yards out to get the Steelers' first points of the season with a 3-yard, or a 3-point 24-yard field goal, I should say. Steeler defense on the D-line, of course, running the 4-3-3-4 with as many linebackers as they have that can also play linebacker and defensive end. So, choose wisely with whatever, scheme you do, in fact, end up running play after play after play. I mean, it's Pittsburgh Steelers football. You think of the Steelers, like I said earlier, you're thinking defense. You think of the steel curtain. But they have the one turnover, TJ Watt on a strip sack. They couldn't capitalize off of it though earlier. Just think that they would have. And then everything else starting to fall, I guess, a little bit into place. But there's still a lot of football left to be played. So we'll see how it all goes. But, Cam Hayward and Alulu up front, waiting for Stephon Tuitt to come back here next couple weeks. But it's TJ Watt, Devin Bush coming back from injury, as we see the best TV show of all time commercial for the return of Survivor next Wednesday. As from what I've seen, it's going to be a short and condensed 26-day, not 39-day season for some unknown reason. Only time will tell. We'll find out why. But no, the Steelers also at linebacker with Robert Spillane inactive today. Melvin Ingram, number 8, former Chargers, played well. Of course, new numbers for a lot of players with new NFL jersey number roles. So, unless you know the roster, the depth chart, it might take a little while to get used to seeing whoever it is, whether it's favorite player or not, wearing this jersey number. But he's looked well. And then Schobert and Highsmith have been playing pretty decent today on defense as well. And then in the secondary, it's Minka and Joe Hayden shutting it down. I mean, I get they gave up that passing touchdown from Josh Allen to Gabe Davis. Good coverage by Cameron Sutton, who's on the other side of Hayden at cornerback, and then Edmonds the other safety. But just hopefully now this defense can pick up some steam following the good offensive drive to get some points and just continue to build and get back into this game. 1st and 10, Buffalo from the 25. And Allen on the pass complete to Stephon Diggs before he runs out of bounds near side. 2nd and short for the Bills.
On that sideline for Pittsburgh.
As we start the second half, it appears to me from Brian Daboll, the offensive coordinator of Buffalo, totally unconcerned with whatever Pittsburgh wants to do on defense.
So 2nd and 3 officially after a gain of 7, empty set 5 wide.
Someone's going to win along the line, and they'll take Josh Allen throwing it. And that should be sort of the running game over anything else.
Josh Allen a little too high. Edmonds on the coverage, intended for Diggs again. 3rd down and 3.
As we know, there is a bond between Sean McDermott and Mike Tomlin going back to their college days, William and Mary. Not just the collegiate bond, but the man that they played for in college,
Jimmy Laycock.
Jimmy Laycock, a Hall of Famer, and had such an impact on both McDermott and Tomlin during their respective careers. And really became
3rd and 3. Talking, of course, about the Tomlin-McDermott connection back to William and Mary once again. And then Dan Quinn's another from the 7.57 as Allen slant complete over the middle, 1st down and 10.
the honor of being on the field in Pittsburgh with his two guys, McDermott.
Yeah, Dan Quinn's another because he also played for them and was, of course, defense coordinator for the Seahawks, Falcons coach, now back as the DC of the Cowboys. But 9 on the completion to Emmanuel Sanders. 1st down and 10, brings up 2nd and 1 from midfield. And Allen going to hand off. 3 yards on the run for Devin Singletary. And another 1st down for the Buffalo Bills. 2nd half underway with Philadelphia and Atlanta as well. Allen almost picked off at the 20. Incomplete.
I think we do need to get Evan on the case and find out what was played at halftime as well. Because Josh Allen is throwing some real shots downfield, but the accuracy isn't there right now. The last 2 throws, one was behind Diggs on the pattern to the outside of the field, and that one there over the top.
Yeah, we lost Josh Allen. What you focus in on during the offseason, and then he reeled them off. Shallows, in cuts, unders, overs.
That was an in-cut right there that was missed. Had an opportunity.
2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Ball at the 47. Another handoff to Singletary. 7 yards for him to the 40. 3rd and 3.
Miami, he is very fast and understands how to work those angles. He picks up 7.
And over time, they'll be able to get Breida more integrated into this offense. And the way that they spread things out on him, that's what Breida will want. All he needs is a crease, and he's at top speed on his 2nd step. Nicknamed the Cheetah. He can break off some big runs. Devin Singletary, much more quicker than fast.
Burrito the Cheetah. I like runs.
Third down again for the Bills. Allen on a quarterback draw. Going to be stopped right at the marker. I don't know if he got it. Warmly 95, Minka 39 on the stop. They're going to have the 1st down. First and 10 from the 37.
Josh Allen just clapped his hands in a little bit of frustration. He's not quite in sync right now.
After an incompletion, second and 10. Already 6:41 to play in this third quarter. Once again, always seems like first half steady, and then the third quarter for these NFL games at 1 o'clock at least, just absolutely fly by. And then fourth quarter till the end of the game. They end up pacing themselves out, and we get a finish around 4 o'clock, 4:30 at the latest, before the mid-afternoon games kick off. Allen on the give, and T.J. Watt along with Hayward on the stop. Third down and 8 again. So another third down for the Bills. See if they can convert another. Fake the give, looking to throw. Josh Allen, incomplete. Good coverage by Minkah Fitzpatrick, and a good no call. I was hoping they didn't throw a penalty flag on that. Thought maybe they were for whether it was going to be a defensive order or pass interference. Just good coverage by Minkah. It got deflected in the air. Still almost caught by Buffalo, but ended up falling incomplete. So fourth down and 8, and the Bills are going to go for it. Josh Allen's been wanting to go for it all day. They're going to go for it now. 4th and 8 from the 35. Watch for a pooch punt or a potential timeout to bring the punt unit on or kick a field goal. That's a false start. Allen, deep ball down the middle, incomplete at the 5, and a turnover on downs. The Steelers are going to get the football back. So this Pittsburgh Steeler defense stands, and Pittsburgh on offense is going to start with some good field position here, as they've dominated this third quarter now. They all absolutely literally have. They have, because 5-minute drive, of course, it ends in a field goal, but like I said, at least they got some points. And then Buffalo did convert a few times on third down on that offensive drive for them, but they didn't go for it on fourth, don't get it. It's incomplete at the 5-yard line, and Pittsburgh's going to start around the 35-yard line here. Trying to get a march moving, and we'll see if they can capitalize off of this. They couldn't earlier with that actual turnover. Now, this is turnover on downs, but still, they're getting the football back. So, hopefully, they can, or at least get more points, whether it's another field goal, cut it again, cut the lead once more to 4 rather than 7 at 10-6. But I'd like a touchdown. I would. I think all of Steeler Nation would. So, especially the way that offense looked on the opening drive to begin the second half here, compared to the way the whole team looked in the first half. That's why I said, though, the defense keeping them in this game until they get something rolling on offense. And until now, it hasn't come to fruition. But hopefully they can capitalize off of turnover on downs, get some momentum and rhythm build up, and go from there, and just catch Buffalo on defense off guard, keep them on their heels. Got this run game going with Najee Harris. You drafted him in the first round for a reason, okay? There's been a few mistakes with some dump offs on screens, been a little miscommunication, but get that fixed, get the run game going, get the tight ends more involved. Hell, they really haven't taken any deep shots with Juju, Deontay, or Claypool, so we'll see what gives. Something will. I mean, the offensive line hasn't looked that bad. They honestly haven't. But it's why they play 1st and 10. Out of the pistol. Ball going to be batted down, line of scrimmage, incomplete. Ben was going for a short completion to Juju Smith-Schuster, but no chance. Second and 10 after the incompletion. Two backs to the left and right of Roethlisberger. Slant for 10. Chase Claypool for a Steeler first down, and mark him just shy, it looks like. Be 3rd and inches. Third and inches. Roethlisberger going to hand off Najee Harris. He gets the first down. Okay, at least they can run the ball in that type of situation. Now knowing they're not going to get stuffed. Now keep the run game going, though. Keep it alive. Build off of it. Chunk here, chunk there. Just whether it's the short passes that they're completing, just move the sticks. I don't care how the hell you get the end zone. Just get there. Don't do anything stupid on the way. Don't turn it over. No penalties, nothing. I get not everything's going to go as planned, but 1st and 10. Ben complete and then dropped incomplete. They rolled incomplete. Juju took a shot. Yeah, that's incomplete. That's a good hit. That's a good tackle. Surprised they didn't throw a damn penalty flag for targeting where they're rolling that out with more so college than the NFL, but just football in general. Roethlisberger over the middle, complete. There's Freiermuth inside the 30, first down, Steelers. From the 29. Ben fakes a give, and then a little miscommunication between him and Deontay Johnson on the comeback far side. Yeah, if Deontay would have kept running, he might have had that, but incomplete, 2nd and 10. Run the damn ball. Please and thank you. End around. Claypool near side. Has a few blocks inside the 10, down inside the 5 of the 4. 1st and goal, Steelers. So for potentially being a little from the 6. Ben pump fakes. Comes back around, pump fakes again. Far side in the end zone, incomplete. 3rd and goal. 10 for Eric Ebron. Got to punch this in. Got to punch this in. Let's go. Can't settle for 3. I mean, I'll take the field goal if they give it to you if you can't convert. I'll take the 3 points, especially the way the game's gone. I would absolutely love a touchdown right now. You damn well know you need a touchdown too, because it'll just change the 4th quarter. Tied up at 10. Pass over the middle, complete. Harris going to be brought down at the 2-yard line though for the 4-yard completion to number 22, the rookie at Alabama. 4th and goal. Watch, they'll go for it. Kick the damn field goal. Take your points. Get it to the 4th. And just hopefully the offense will continue to look like this the rest of the game, and then the defense continues as well to hold it down. Field goal. Another chip shot up and good. I'll take it. Steelers cut it to 4 now. It's 10-6. Bills on top of the Steelers with 1:47 to play in this 3rd quarter. And once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. Noticed a moment ago, of course, potential some upcoming technical difficulties, potentially, hopefully not. Of course, some buffering. Now, if this does buffer or, screen goes all grainy and you see some fuzz, just don't worry. It'll disconnect by itself, and then I'll just have to reconnect it. So stay tuned. It'll be all right. So we should be all right. Hopefully, knock on wood. We haven't had anything major lately, but I know it happened to me once yesterday. It just disconnects itself, of course, with how the Wi-Fi and internet are sometimes, just going in and out all of a sudden. Technology, it's good, but then it also sucks when it needs to be good. So yeah, if it does in fact disconnect, don't worry. Just sit back, relax, stay tuned. I'll get it back up and working in a matter of seconds. It'll just reconnect after a little while. So I was hoping it wasn't going to go out, because it looked like it was about ready to go out whenever they were just about to score, and then they don't, but they kick field goal, and they cut the lead again to 4. So at least they've held Buffalo to 0 in the second half, and they're winning the 3rd quarter with 6 points, a total of 2 field goals. Update with Philly still defeating Atlanta. Washington takes the lead at home with Taylor Heineke at Old Dominion in at quarterback for injured Ryan Fitzpatrick, as he came alive in the playoffs last year. The Skins, the Washington football team, what the hell do you want to call them? They lead the Chargers. And then we'll check in post-game with some final stats and scores. Take a look around the rest of the NFL as well. Maybe we'll get some bonus coverage. I don't know. We'll see how these games play out. But then coming up, 4:30 kicks. It's Browns, Chiefs, Packers, Saints, and then Sunday Night Football, Bears, Rams, Monday Night Football, Ravens, Raiders. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. As always, links in the description below. And thank you once more for tuning in and watching my live watch-along reactions of the Pittsburgh Steelers and Buffalo Bills as we sit at a 10-6 lead for the Bills here at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Major turnaround for the Pittsburgh offense in this second half. They put up 126 total yards after being limited to 54 in the first half. And now trail the Buffalo Bills 26.
Game's not over until it's over. It's a 60-minute, not a 30-minute game. Bills, of course, leading at the half. And now 1:47 to play in the 3rd. They only lead by 4, 10-6. Touchback on the kickoff. Bills getting the football back. But Steelers have been winning the second half, no doubt about it. Can they keep it going, though? That's the big question. Complete to Cole Beasley on 1st and 10. Brings up another first down for Buffalo.
And I think more than anything, it's not as much an adjustment, it's just being more precise. They can just be more consistent throwing the ball underneath, because they start to have a few misfires. They can still run the same offense that they're running throughout the game. Now, 1 minute to play in this third quarter.
Allen, 1st and 10, batted down to the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And Ryan Fitzpatrick is out for the game with a hip injury, they say. So it's going to be the Taylor Heineke show in Washington.
That aren't a sack or a tackle. Right? He's knocked the ball away a couple of times. He's forced a fumble. He's recovered a fumble. He's applied constant pressure in the interior of the defense.
He probably just has a hip pointer.
Pittsburgh is really just rushing for it. Everybody covers behind.
Maybe it's something more serious, so I don't know. That's for Washington to figure out, because they're in the NFC. Steelers don't play them this year. Lost to them last year after starting 11-0, and that's when everything went downhill on that Pearl Harbor night last December, as the game was moved from a Sunday to a Monday because of some scheduling conflicts. But I guess that's what they get for signing Ryan Fitzpatrick in favor of him over Alex Smith, because like I said, I don't see how they can see that he's an upgrade over him. And then keep Taylor Heineke. If they had a damn good quarterback, or an average quarterback at best, a little bit better than what they have, I mean, as good as they are, they might be 10 times better. 3rd and 8, Allen just going to tuck it and run. As you see some daylight in front of him, gets out past midfield to the 50. 1st and 10, Buffalo. That'll do it for the third quarter. He had all day to throw. Saw nobody was open. Tucked it and ran. They get it off. One more play here before the end of the third quarter. Allen just going to throw it away, incomplete, near side, out of bounds. So they'll have a 2nd and 10 now to begin the fourth quarter rather than 1st and 10. So they go, hurry up. Of course, I don't know why you just want to wait. Especially you're at home with a lead over a Steeler team that's trying to come back. But at the end of the third quarter, with 15 minutes of football to play, the Buffalo Bills lead the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 10-6, looking for 3 straight against the black and gold. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Once more, thank you for tuning in and watching.
360 degrees with a new formula that has the #1 doctor-recommended medicine approved to both prevent and relieve heartburn. It works in as little as 15 minutes and lasts. New Zantac 360.
CBS Mornings, weekdays on CBS.
Blaze Alexander Hyundai Mazda is all about great selection, great prices, and great service. We have new Hyundais in stock and on the way. We have new Mazdas in stock and on the way. You can put your name on a car before it even arrives. We have over 200 pre-owned on location and over 2,000 available in all. We not only have them, they're priced to sell. Check us out online at blazealexanderhyundai.com or blazealexandermazda.com. Blaze Alexander Hyundai Mazda, 1703 West College Avenue, in-state college. Tell them Johnny sing it.
Best window and door is here for you. Now more than ever, we're investing in our homes. Your home, your health, and your safety is important. So with
15-6, Philly
bringing you the best by making
at Atlanta against Falcons.
Now get best, buy one, get one free sale, and up to an additional 15% off. Plus, get 0% finance up to 84 months.
They neared the end of the third quarter as well.
Call 1-800-292-55.
This is a rematch from the NFL opener a few years back after the Eagles won the Super Bowl. The Thursday night game in 2018, in which the Eagles ended up winning because, if I can recall correctly, Matt Ryan threw an incomplete pass intended for Julio Jones in the end zone as time expired, and they lost. And now, fast forward a couple of years, they're meeting in the opener again for each respective season, not for the NFL, not the kickoff. But touchdown Eagles here, extending their lead. 21-6, pending the extra point. Gainwell from Memphis. Kenny G, number 15, along the touchdown for the Eagles.
It has been glorious. 71,000 plus.
Second and 10, Bills from the 50 as we begin the fourth and final quarter of play. They lead by 4, 10-6 over the visiting Steelers. Pass intended and completed to Stephon Diggs. Not enough though for a first down. We'll bring up third and short, 3rd and 3 officially. And 3rd and 3, Buffalo runs it. 2 yards for 22, Matt Breida, who has bounced around football in general, playing in a few different leagues, along with a few other teams in the NFL, does not pick up the first down. It's 4th and a yard, Minkah Fitzpatrick on the stop, and the Bills are on to punt. Watch for a fake, or actually they're going to go for it. 4th and a yard, watch a sneak, or a fullback dive. And what the hell's that? What the hell was that by the Bills? Pittsburgh stuffs it. And it's another turnover on downs on back-to-back 4th down attempts by the Buffalo offense. That was an odd play. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that, especially on 4th and 1. Going the wrong way. End zone's that way, not behind you. I mean, there technically is one behind you, but it's for the other team, not you. The one you're looking for is ahead of you. What the hell is that? Does anybody else see that? Like, what the hell? It was out of the eye, 4th and a yard. Allen under center. Looked like he was going to sneak it or hand it off to a fullback or running back, okay? Well, motion man top of your screen receiver came down. Okay, thinking at that point too, end around. No. They fake the end around, and then the running back goes on a screen, far side top of your screen, 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage, and Allen ends up throwing it to him as if they were going to probably run the receiver deep down the near side and have a halfback pass or back to Josh Allen maybe or something. But the Steeler defense was all over it. Cameron Sutton in the backfield, just as, and I'm surprised it wasn't a pick six or, I mean, incompletion would have worked too. It's still turnover on downs. But the Steeler defense read it right from the start and stuffed them for a loss on 4th and 1. So Steelers can get the football back. This point in time, you cannot settle for field goals. Now, if you do have to settle for another field goal, make it 10-9. Hopefully you make it as you made your first two. Well, then if it comes down to it, all you're going to need is a game-winning field goal to win it. Everything else is the same, say at 12-10 then at that point. I would hope to God they here sometime soon can punch it in the end zone for 6 rather than holding off and having to settle for 3, because you can't settle for field goals. You settle for field goals all day long, unless your defense is playing stout, as Steelers' defense is right now. For the most part, you're probably not going to win. But just depending on how the rest of the game goes, you know, just depends. So we'll see how this fourth quarter and the remaining time goes, but after another turnover by Buffalo, turnover on downs. They've had a fumble and then 2 turnover on downs. So basically 3 turnovers they've given Pittsburgh the ball. And one of the 2, Pittsburgh capitalized on. See if they can capitalize on this other turnover on downs here with some good starting field position, 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. Pump fake, a couple pump fakes actually, and then a spear from Buffalo on the completion to number 81, the 3rd string tight end, and former Michigan quarterback in Zach Gentry. I don't know what the hell they were thinking on that play. No idea. They would have ran it up the gut. They probably would have got it. 2nd and 12, though, after the 2-yard loss on the screen pass to the tight end for the Steelers. 2nd and 12 from the 46 now. 13 minutes to play. Handoff, Najee Harris. Get this run game going now. Yes, please. Thank you. A little bit. Gets to midfield for 5, maybe 6 if he's lucky. 3rd down and medium. Third and 7 officially. Ben out of the gun. Deep ball near side. Incomplete at the 20-yard line. Intended for Chase Claypool, and the Steelers want a flag. They're not going to get it. There is a penalty flag now. All right. What is it? Offense or defensive pass interference? Looks like a DPI, automatic first down for the black and gold. He never turned around. You got to turn around if you don't want a penalty thrown on you. So after seeing that, okay, yeah, that's pass interference. If he would have turned around, they wouldn't have thrown it. He didn't turn around, though. That's PI. That's 15 yards, automatic first down for the Steelers. Drive continues. It stays alive for now. So, 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. 23-yard line, excuse me. 1st and 10 from the 23. See if they can get some Sunday afternoon fever and take the lead. Handoff, Harris. Najee Harris inside the 20, 15, 10, down at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Steelers. Run the damn ball. All starts up front. Like I said, this offensive line, I don't think there's really going to be any questions with how questionable the offensive line is after today if they can find a way to win. Especially if they can get runs like that. Not all the time, but, I mean, get your few yards here and there, and then eventually you're going to break one. And he just did for 18 to the 5, 1st and goal, Pittsburgh. Just don't do anything stupid. Punch the damn ball in the end zone for 6. Roethlisberger looking to throw. Back corner near side. It's caught. Touchdown. Deontay Johnson. What a catch. Touchdown, Steelers. They take the lead here in the 4th on the road with 11:19 to play. They now lead by 2 pending the extra point. Nice coverage. It was batted up, and then Deontay Johnson just continued to follow it. Both feet in. Maintained control and possessed the football as he was going down. Drug the left foot, actually. And that's a touchdown. That is a touchdown, if I've ever seen one. Touchdown, Steelers. Boswell on for the extra point. What a catch by Deontay Johnson. Extra point up and good. Steelers take a 13-10 lead here in the 4th quarter. Ben Roethlisberger is now 15-27 for 149 yards passing and that touchdown that we just saw to Deontay Johnson, who now has 5 catches for 36 yards receiving. And that score, Najee Harris starting to come alive here late. 14 carries for 43 yards rushing. Need a little bit more out of him, especially now with a road lead Care if it's by a point or the 3 that it is, or if you're up by 50, you still got to be able to run the fourth. You got to be able to run the ball in the fourth quarter on the road to open the season. I don't care when the game's being played out there. Open the season, middle of the season, end of the year, playoffs, Super Bowl. You have to be able to run the damn football, okay? Najee Harris, 14 carries for 43 yards. See if they can continue playing well on defense, and then just maybe the defense steps up even more and they get a bigger stop than what they've already got today, on top of the fumble recovery off the strip sack from TJ Watt. And then the offense, or if the defense puts the points up, offense just thrives off of that and just continues to. It's been a tale of two halves. It has. Buffalo just 10-0 at halftime. Didn't, control the first half by any means. It was back and forth shit show, defense showdown, punt contest. They had the field goal early and then the touchdown late. 10-0 at halftime. And then Pittsburgh's controlled the second half. And now 11 minutes to play, they lead by 3 at 13-10, scoring all 13 here in 20 minutes. So, still got 11 more minutes of football to be played though. So, we'll see what happens. But Pittsburgh's starting to come alive. They are. But you have to be able to run the football home, away, early, mid, late in the season, in the playoffs, Super Bowl. I don't care when or where or who the hell your running back is, whatever team you play for, whatever level, especially the National Football League. You have to be able to run the football in the fourth quarter. So we'll see if Buffalo can do that or not with, say, Devin Singletary or Matt Breida. But the Pittsburgh Steelers capitalizing off another turnover on downs and fourth down by the Bills. Still don't know what the hell was up with that play that they ran by any means. But at the same time, Pittsburgh on offense, they're doing everything they have to drive and get to the end zone. And they finally quit deciding on, hey, we're done settling for field goals, we're going to score. And they did just that as Boswell kicks off. From the 2 on the return, out to around the 26-yard line for Isaiah McKenzie. 1st and 10 Bills from there with 11-12 to play. We still got a preview college football and the NFL for next week as well. We'll get to that during the next commercial break. So stay tuned. But, yeah. Defense keeping the offense in this game until they go what they currently have going. And it's showing. Pittsburgh now leads. Allen looking to throw. Complete to Cole Beasley. Devin Bush on the tackle after a pick of about 5. 4 officially, 2nd and 6. Ball to 29. Does Charles Davis not know how to use a screen? Does he not know how to draw? Does he need to go back to kindergarten and learn how to color in between the lines? Allen looking to throw deep down the middle. It's incomplete. Damn good coverage by the Pittsburgh Steelers. As it was intended for Emmanuel Sanders. And now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6 for the Buffalo Bills. 10:30 to play. That's a hold. That is a hold. And then Hayward, along with TJ Watt, going to take down Josh Allen on the sack before they blow it dead. 4th and long, Buffalo on to punt again. So just as the defense kept Pittsburgh in this game, so the offense came alive, the defense is continuing to throw down, and Buffalo can't do a damn thing in the second half now. It's been a tale of two halves. It really has. Just hopefully under 10 minutes to play now, the Steelers can run the damn football like they sort of did a little bit better on their last drive. They blocked the punt. They blocked the punt in a scoop and score, punt return, scoop and score, blocked field goal, blocked punt, excuse me, for a touchdown. Hell yeah. Steelers lead now 19-10. Momentum has completely shifted to the team from Western Pennsylvania, not enough state Western New York. And I thought it was going to be Buffalo eventually blocking a Steeler punt. No, it was a Steeler blocked punt against the Bills. And Ulysses S. Grant Gilbert on the block and the scoop and score for the Pittsburgh touchdown. Now the Steelers lead by 10, 20-10 with 9:45 to play, following another 3 and out by the Bills, and then a blocked punt returned for a touchdown. Now the defense will go back out and just continue to do what you've been doing all day. Force them another punt, get it back on offense, run the football, run the clock out, and get back home with a W. Yeah. So they call that a turnover. It's a blocked punt return for a touchdown. The Steelers have a fumble recovery, have a few sacks now on Josh Allen, plus the blocked punt for a touchdown as well, plus a few turnover on downs they've been able to capitalize and score some points on. So it was 10-0 at the half. 2 field goals for the Steelers in the third quarter. Now with 9:45 to play, the Steelers, have scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of minutes.
The Steelers are playing their 7th straight away game in week 1. The last time they had a home game open season was 2014.
And now from the 5, Buffalo on the return again. Decent return, out past the 20, 1st and 10 Buffalo. But now this Steeler defense, the whole team's come alive. Defense kept them in it, sort of able to run the football, Ben doing Ben things, and the defense just, along with special teams. What I said earlier about special teams. I mean, come on, man. 1st and 10 from the 26. Over the middle, it's caught by Dawson Knox, first string tight end number 88 at the 32, 2nd down. Second and 4, Allen looking to throw again. Stephon Diggs on the reception before being brought down by Minka Fitzpatrick. Schobert in on that as well.
Charles, it's fun to watch this defense walk on the sideline, hand in hand with head coach Mike Tomlin. Obviously, he made his name in this league as a defensive coach. He's been in their ear all game, especially Joe Hayden. They seem to orchestrate things in between series.
Yeah, they got a nice connection with each other. Joe's been a Steeler now for a number of years. He speaks Coach Tomlin.
From the 44, handoff, 5-6 yards maybe for Singletary. 2nd down from midfield.
Of the 50, it's a 6-yard gain for Singletary.
And Cameron Hayward just came into the game, guys. Got a little bit of rest. He's coming back in to try and plug any holes that they have in the middle of the defensive front.
Hayward playing his 150th career game for the Steelers.
Singletary on the run again. Nice big tackle, the 35-yard line, though, by Edmonds. First down, though, for Buffalo.
He's undersized but very elusive. 15-yard gain.
Brian Daboll has shifted play calling as offensive linemen are rewarded by firing out and creating space. There's Dawkins 73, Feliciano 76. Also out there was Cody Ford 74 to create that hole.
Singletary on another run inside the 20. See, that's what I mean. Be able to run the football in the fourth quarter, especially being down now. I mean, a little surprised they're, I mean, not really, but they're trying to stay balanced. They're trying to just keep doing what they've been doing. And now Pittsburgh can't stop the run. So Buffalo going to have a first and goal at the 10-yard line. And Josh Allen for 2 yards. Second and goal for the Bills.
All game long, no matter what he was seeing, they were throwing the football. Finds an opportunity to run it, and has stayed with it to get him down inside the 10.
Isaiah Buggs with a stop. This is now second and goal. Under 7 minutes to play.
Second and goal from the 8. And Singletary for 3 to the 5. Third and goal for Buffalo. They trail by 10 now. Pittsburgh with a 20-10 lead here. 6:26 to play. Third and goal from the 5. Screen near side, fumble before it goes out of bounds. But Buffalo going to lose a few yards on the play anyway. Fourth and goal, they'll kick a field goal to get back within 7. Hayden on the strip in the flat, and Buffalo lucky that rolled out of bounds because Pittsburgh was right there to recover it.
So the operation here is Reed Ferguson, the snapper, Matt Hawk, the punter Bolton, and Tyler Bass. 25-yard touchdown.
Kick up and good. Buffalo does in fact cut it to 7. It's now 20-13 Steelers with 5:23 to play. Now Pittsburgh getting the football back on offense. What have I just been saying? You have to be able to run the football, especially in the fourth quarter and on the road. Can they do it with Najee Harris? Hopefully. You have to be able to run the football. Get Najee up to, I mean, he's at 43 rushing yards right now. I mean, maybe 60, 70. I mean, 100-yard first NFL start for him would be nice. I don't think he's going to get it. But just control the clock. You have a lead. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remain. 2-minute warning to come as well. But just control the clock. Run it. Try to stay as balanced as you possibly can, though. I mean, you know Ben's going to be throwing. But just don't do anything stupid. Okay? Hopefully the Steelers can hold on to this lead and get out of Buffalo with a win. So, if, of course, they can, I believe, run the football here and just run the clock out, they're going to win. Just don't turn it over. Don't do anything stupid. Because if you give Buffalo another chance, especially with fans back, to potentially come back and tie this game up and then we go to overtime, you're done for. You're going to be done for. So, still got 5.5, 5:23 officially to play. Just not tuning in, but, you know, it's like I said, the defense, I mean, I didn't expect them to come back and lead by 10, now 7 by any means, but hoping for them to come back at least tie it up. Maybe take a little bit of a lead, which they did, 13-10 with that touchdown. But then they blocked the punt. Because say they don't block that punt, and they punt, and then they don't block the punt, they get the ball back, they punt themselves, is what I should have said. And then also, the Bills just kicked that field goal that they did. We're tied at 13. And then it's the Steelers' game to lose. I mean, it still is right now, even with a 7-point lead. But more so than not now than if we were tied at 13. So, we'll see what the Steelers do here. As Buffalo kicks off. Touchback, 1st and 10 from 25. Browns, Chiefs, Dolphins, Patriots, along with the Packers and Saints, along with Broncos and Giants, are your 4:30 kicks before Sunday Night Football. As by the time Sunday Night Football kicks off, 8:30, with the Bears and Rams, we at that point in time would have been waiting all day for Sunday night, no doubt about it. 1st and 10, Steelers from the 25. Roethlisberger out of the gun, looking to throw. He pump fakes. Going to take a deep shot near side. Pass interference. Flag comes flying. 10 for Deontay Johnson, and hey, that's a free play. It's going to be a defensive holder or a PI. See what the Zebras huddle up and say, but they're going to get another defensive pass interference, it looks like, on the Bills. That's the thing with the Bills, too. They had how many holding penalties against them in the first half? On one drive, I might add. 3 holding penalties on one drive that just killed them. And now, some here in the second half, that penalties and turnovers kill you. It's a 5-yard holding, but it's still an automatic first down. So first down, Steelers. Ball at the 30 now rather than the 25 after that 5-yard hold. 1st and 10. Handoff, Najee Harris. 3 yards for him. Work the clock. Don't snap it until there's a few seconds on the play clock. And I don't know how many times already today, barely gotten it off at 1 second. So just continue to do that. Work it to as low as you can get it before you have to give them the ball back. 2nd and 7. Pump fake from the 33. Roethlisberger looking to throw. Nice back shoulder complete by Juju Smith-Schuster out near midfield. Caught it right at the 50. In Bill territory now, down to 43. First down, Pittsburgh. Now, get back to running the football. Ben's nearing 200 passing yards. 1st and 10. Run the damn ball. Don't snap it till there's like 1 second on the play clock. That's 2-1 now. Yeah. Blow it dead. There was some movement. I don't know who jumped though. Probably a false start. Yeah, false start on Steelers. It was on Juju Smith-Schuster. So he's still a little juiced up from that big first down reception. He just had to play a go. Calm down. Get the run game going. See, a penalty stops the clock. It'll reset here, but it still stops the clock. First and 15. They still got a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 15, but just please and thank you, run the football. From midfield. Snap it now, right at 1. Ben looking to throw. Incomplete pass. Also going to stop. Ben tucks it and runs. He slides at the 40 and then gets hit a little late. No flag, good no call. I mean, The refs are right there to break up any pushing and shoving. Took a decent shot, but you're a runner. You know you're going to get hit. You know you're going to get hit when you sign up for football anyway. So, just, yeah, good thing he's not severely injured by any means. But another big pickup for the Steelers. He got 8 on the run, so 2nd and 7. But even with Buffalo's 3 timeouts and 2-minute warning to come, clock still rolling. 3:16 to play. Pass incomplete. That stops the clock. Why are you throwing? Run the damn football. 3rd and 7. Now they know what you're going to do here on 3rd down. It's probably fake it and run a play action. You might go deep. So if you would have ran on that play, okay, maybe they call a timeout, maybe they don't. Clock stops, maybe it doesn't, you know? But then an incomplete pass stops the damn clock. 3:08 plus 2-minute warning plus 3 timeouts for both teams. And you don't do anything here. Buffalo's going to get the ball back and have a chance to drive to tie this game up. They're going to pass 3rd and 7. Ben complete inside the 30. Chase Claypool, a little slow to get up though. 1st down Steelers. Now it'll be interesting to see what Buffalo does. They call their 3 timeouts before the 2-minute mark or wait, but it's a 1st down for Pittsburgh. So sticks are moved, clocks can continue to roll. Buffalo does call a timeout. They're first. 3:01 to play. Just be smart, Pittsburgh. Be smart. Nice pass by Ben. Putting it only where Claypool could have got it. And then tackled right away. 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Now, just run the ball, please. Run the football down their throat. You score, and you win. Because there's no way in hell they come back and score, 2 touchdowns in a matter of a couple minutes with 2 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. So, 1st and 10 for the Steelers. So if you already have a good running game going, whether you do or not, especially when you want to run the football consistently. They do. Harris going to lose 2. We'll see if Buffalo goes into their timeout or not. They do. So they'll have 1 remaining with 2:56 to play, plus 2-minute warning. So basically 4 timeouts. It is 2nd and 11 for the Steelers. Houston's putting it to Jacksonville. San Fran's putting it to Detroit, as Carolina's also putting it to the Jets. Chargers look to be holding on against Washington. Cardinals up big on the Titans as well. I mean, I would say arguably this is the best game on right now, Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Seattle's beating Indy. A lot of these early kicks about to wrap up. Philly 22-6 over Atlanta. They'll win. And then, well, this game with the Steelers and Bills, and then I'd say Vikings-Bengals is the other best game on right now. They're 3 apart with the Bengals leading 24-21 in the 4th. 2nd and 11 for the Steelers. Ben looking to throw. Far side, back, incomplete. Intended for Deontay Johnson. Ben took a hit, but see, that stops the clock with an incomplete pass. Run the damn ball. Make them call their 3rd and final timeout. Now I'd run the ball on 3rd and 11 just for the hell of it. I mean, maybe you break one, maybe you don't, but they're going to call the 3rd and final timeout. Maybe they don't, though. They keep it. They'll still have the 2-minute warning. And that's the thing, play calling wise, like, some of these, when they've passed here as of late, I wish they would have ran. But, of course, they're going to do what they want to do. I'm not calling the damn plays, even though all of us probably, sitting here watching the game are, what the hell are you doing, even though they've come back and taken this lead. James Washington, Sean McDermott right there to call a timeout with 2:47 to play. So the Bills are out of timeouts. No more remaining for the rest of the game. Bubble screen complete near side to James Washington. He stays in bounds. So the clock rolls, but Sean McDermott, like I said, right there called the 3rd and final timeout for the Bills. So 4th down, the Bills are going to get it back. Down by 7 with 2:47 to play. Steelers right on the outside of field goal range. We'll see if they attempt one with Boswell or not. They punt, you pin them deep, okay. You kick a field goal, you go up 10, basically ball game. But then if you miss it, you're giving the Bills some good field position. So Boswell on to kick, Presley Harvin to hold. This from 45 yards for Chris Boswell. He's already 2 for 2 today. Third time's a charm. Snap, hold, all good, along with the kick. And the Steelers now lead by 10, make it 23-13 with 2:42 to play. And the Bills are out of timeouts. They only have the 2-minute warning. They'll have to be quick. Fast, hurry up. It'll be interesting to see how this finishes up, but it looks like Pittsburgh's going to come from behind, down 10-0 at the half. 10-6 at the end of the third quarter. 2 touchdowns in a matter of minutes early fourth, with a blocked punt as well. Return for a touchdown to take the lead at 20-10, 20-13. They kick another field goal, and we're sitting at 23-13 with 2:42 to play. For just now tuning in, thank you. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Isaiah McKenzie on the kick return. Not as good as the opening kickoff return that they ended up settling for 3 on. Gets out past the 30 for a first down. First down Buffalo. 2:40 to play here. Pittsburgh leads by 10 now, 23-13. We'll have final stats and scores once this game concludes, along with some other final scores from around the league. Said earlier, just a moment ago, most of these games are starting to finish up now as we hit 4 o'clock here on the East Coast. 1st and 10 from the 36. Allen pass incomplete. Pittsburgh gets a turnover, this game is over. Whether that's a turnover or a turnover on downs, because Buffalo's only going to have a 2-minute warning to stop it. They don't have any timeouts. I mean, Pittsburgh might have to punt again if they get the ball back and can't do anything, but you're still up by 10. You don't really have anything to worry at that point. Dump off, it's incomplete as Allen goes down, almost sacked. Intended for Stephon Diggs. Incomplete, 3rd and 10, 2:26 to play. From the 36. 3rd and 10. Allen gets drilled. Incomplete. Whether that's an incomplete pass or a fumble, I don't know. They say incomplete. Incomplete. 4th down. Melvin Ingram got to him. Told you earlier, eventually they'd be getting to Josh Allen. Well, they have all day. The offensive line didn't look too shabby. His defense, I mean, just stellar for the Steelers. And 4th and 10, potentially the final play of the game for the Bills. Allen gets rid of it. It's going to be caught at midfield. First down, Buffalo. Emmanuel Sanders on the reception. Thought Cameron Hayward was going to get to him there. Take him down for another sack to end the game. 2-minute warning. They blow it dead. 2 minutes to play. So with 2 minutes to play, to open up 2021, the Pittsburgh Steelers lead the Buffalo Bills by 10, 23-13, as both teams are looking to build off of last season, as both teams lost in the playoffs. Pittsburgh's also looking to snap a 2-game losing streak to the Buffalo Bills past 2 years as well. However, back to the playoffs for a second, with the Steelers losing to the Browns then lost to the Chiefs. Browns-Chiefs Week 1 coming up shortly. Right after this on CBS, we'll have Eagles-Falcons wrap up with Packers-Saints to kick off following that as well. But then the Chiefs beat the Bills in the AFC Championship game to get the Super Bowl, as mentioned earlier. So both teams just trying to build off of last season, especially the Pittsburgh Steelers in that run game. I know I've talked a lot about it today and all last season, especially when they couldn't. But, I mean, there really wasn't any other reason why they lost 5 of 6 after starting 11-0. Because you do everything else right to get to an 11-0 record, but you still can't run the football, and then you still can't run the football late in the season. Yeah, no wonder you lost 5 of 6 games and lost in the first round of the playoffs. But now today, they start out down 10-0 at the half. Buffalo really didn't own the first half by any means, like I said. They had a early field goal in their opening drive. Pittsburgh punted on every single drive in the first half. And then Buffalo scored right before halftime, so 10-0. And then 10-6 again in the third, as Pittsburgh owned the third quarter, got 2 field goals, had to settle, couldn't capitalize on touchdowns by any means, had to settle, but they got 6 points. So just think they don't, have those 6 points right now. It's closer than, of course, 2013. We're at 17-13, and Buffalo having the ball 4th and 10 with 2 minutes to play. I mean, who honestly knows what the hell would happen, but the Steelers got a passing touchdown from Roethlisberger to Deontay Johnson, along with a blocked punt return for a touchdown as well to get to 20-10, 20-13 with a Bills field goal, 23-13 with another Steelers field goal, and now 2 minutes to play, 4th and 10 for the Buffalo Bills, trailing by 10 at home against the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 23-13, as the black and gold have come from behind to potentially pick up the road win to kick off the 2021 NFL season. 1st and 10, with 2 minutes to play from midfield. I totally forgot about that completion to Emmanuel Sanders for a first down. Another first down to Dawson Knox on a reception from Josh Allen. And as always, coming up here shortly, once this game does in fact go final stats and scores from Pittsburgh and Buffalo, along with taking a look around what else happened today in the NFL. Flag on the play. Bills also had a shit ton of penalties. Here's another penalty flag. And then technically 1 turnover and a blocked punt for a touchdown. And then a couple turnover on downs as well. So holding, penalty is going to be declined. And so Buffalo is going to have 1 less down. TJ Watt took down Josh Allen on the sack anyway. So from the 42 with 1:47 to play, the Bills have no timeouts. It's 2nd and 15. False start on Emmanuel Sanders. Just stupid penalties for the Bills today. And the turnovers, Pittsburgh sort of started to capitalize. Defense kept the black and gold in this game until the offense came alive, and then the whole team just absolutely blew up. And no wonder they blocked that punt and now have a 23-13 lead. Cole Beasley on the reception, Minka and Norwood on the stop. 3rd down with 1:35 to play. The Chargers beat the Skins, or the Washington football team, 20-16. Cardinals still lead the Titans. Seahawks beat the Colts. Pass complete to Stephon Diggs. First down, Buffalo. Eagles continue to lead the Falcons. It looks like the Bengals are going to beat the Vikings, but with a couple seconds to play, the Vikings have the ball down by 3. Niners are going to beat the Lions, as the Texans are also going to beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jets have the ball down at Carolina with 2 minutes to play. Panthers probably going to hold on to win, and that's everything for 1 o'clock. 4:30 game's about to kick off. Singletary on the screen. Ball comes loose as he goes out of bounds, but a couple yards on the reception. Make it 5. 2nd and 5 with a minute to play. Allen going to step up. Josh Allen, another flag comes flying. Pass a little too high for Cole Beasley, incomplete in the end zone. We'll see what the penalty flag is. But we got an offside on the Pittsburgh Steelers. What? Just say offside. I don't know what the hell he said afterwards. All right, so offside on the Steelers. And now 1st and 10 from the 16 for the Bills with 54 seconds to play.
Just inside the 15 with 54 seconds left.
Hope he's okay because his helmet came off on that play. He may have taken a blow there.
Out of an empty set. TJ Watt, nope. Almost picked off in the end zone. Caught by a fan. Incomplete though, 2nd and 10. Good coverage by Pittsburgh in the secondary. That's what this defense, I mean, I tell you what, get after the quarterback, linebackers are stacked, got a lot of depth in the secondary. Damn good coverage. Now there's a holding on the Bills. It'll be 1st and 20 from the 24. 49 seconds to play. They're going to attempt a field goal to cut it to 7 and then try an onside kick. There's a game I was watching yesterday. They did this. Oh, it was Iowa State. Kicked the field goal to get within another touchdown to kick an onside kick, but they missed the field goal. The Bills make this. So it's 23-16. Bills are going to try an onside kick now with 46 seconds to play. No timeouts. Plus we're past 2-minute warning. I mean, that was a good decision to kick the field goal now. Because you get the onside kick, you got to get a touchdown to tie it to force overtime. So get your hands team out there, recover the onside kick, and take a knee and get back to Pittsburgh to the 4-1-2 with a win. Bills onside kick. Steelers still has all 3 timeouts. I wouldn't be shocked if Tomlin calls one. He does. Just as I say that.
3 successful onside kicks last year out of 67 attempts.
I mean, you got a 7-point lead now. I mean, why wouldn't you call 1, 2, maybe not all 3, but maybe all 3. I don't know. Just you want to be safe. But you want to keep one in your back pocket, too, if, you don't recover the onside kick. But the Bills need this onside kick to get back on offense to try to tie it up to force overtime, because if not, the Steelers are going to win 23-16 coming from behind in epic fashion in doing so. Onside kick for the Bills, going to be recovered by the Steelers, and that does it. A couple of kneel downs from Roethlisberger. Steelers are going to win it 23-16 to start off 1-0 here in 2021. As mentioned, once again, coming from behind to do so. snapping a 2-game skid. The last time the Bills had a 2-game winning streak, it was a 5-game winning streak. But you go back even further than that. The last time the Bills won 2 in a row against the Steelers snapped it at 3 and won that game. Before they, of course, went on a 5, eventually from 86 to 93, as mentioned earlier. Kneel down from Roethlisberger. Steelers win it 23 to 16. Gonna have to take one more knee. But we'll have bonus coverage with the Jets and Panthers. So stay tuned. Defense kept them in until the offense came alive. We're going to overtime as well with the Vikings and Bengals tied at 24 after a game-tying field goal to force overtime. But the Steelers defense, no, they kept them in this game. They did. Until the offense got rolling, they sort of got a run game going. Hopefully they can build off of that, of course. But now we got some bonus coverage. We'll get back to Steelers-Bills in a moment. But the Pittsburgh Steelers win to start the year off 23 to 16 at the Buffalo Bills. Now bonus coverage with the Jets cutting it to 5. They trail 19 to 14 at the Carolina Panthers with 1:55 to play. Philadelphia going to defeat Atlanta. I'm sure we'll get bonus coverage as well with Minnesota and Cincinnati, as that game is going to overtime, tied at 24. So football season is in fact back. We got bonus coverage. Sam Darnold under center, going to hand off. McCaffrey, nowhere for him to go. Panthers with a second down and long. 1:51 to play in this game. Eagles beat the Falcons in the meantime. I don't know what's up with Fox right now. 2nd and 10, got a whistle. Sorry for technical difficulty there with the disconnect and reconnect. We're all good. Just a little bit buffer on my end on a few things. I was wondering why. Of course, now I know why. But Fox was acting up on my end for this TV I'm currently looking at. Yeah, we got bonus coverage on Fox right now as well with the start of overtime with the Vikings and Bengals tied up at 24 from the jungle. So 2 bonus coverage games right now. Lions are starting to come back at home against the 49ers as well. So see how that game wraps up. But we'll get to final thoughts and all that on Pittsburgh and Buffalo here shortly, along with the starts of both Cleveland and Kansas City, along with Green Bay and New Orleans. Days in bounds as well, so the clock's going to continue to roll. Jets only have one more timeout. Panthers should win here, 19-14.
Stick his foot in the ground and go around you. And once he gets the edge, most of these guys are not going to catch him. We see it here on replay. Christian McCaffrey, this is that boss play that Joe Brady was telling us about. Fullback goes up.
Bengals with the football ball to 42 in overtime at home against the Vikings after the Vikings came back to tie it up to force overtime 24 with a very long field goal.
Not going to call it the Sam Darnold revenge game because that's not what he told us. That's not what he would have wanted.
Technically, even though that's what it is. Sam Darnold with the Panthers is going to defeat his former squad, the New York Jets, by a final score of 19-14 to kick off the year. See if we potentially get another bonus coverage game on CBS. Probably not. They'll take us right to Cleveland and Kansas City, because the only other game I should say that would be bonus coverage would be on Fox with And the Cardinals beat the Titans in the meantime, too. It would be the 49ers and the Lions, with the Lions coming back, but the Niners had the ball with a minute less. Less than a minute to go. It's a long afternoon. But we're in overtime with the Vikings and Bengals. 24 apiece. Good to see fans back in all these stadiums. Darnold going to take one more final nail down. And the Panthers are going to win 19-14 over the Jets.
This is a tough way to open the season. Wilson, 20 of 37, 258 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception.
Okay, so the Vikings are now getting the ball. Cincinnati cannot score, so next score wins, whether it's a touchdown, field goal, defense touchdown, special teams, whatever. Next score wins with Minnesota and Cincinnati. Just hopefully they don't end in a tie to start the year. But in the meantime, the Panthers beat the Jets in bonus coverage 19-14. Panthers 19, Jets 14. That's your final score.
Takes things in stride. Comes down here to Carolina. They also elected him a captain. So there's some belief in what he has in store for this team. Again, Matt Rule believed in him because he scouted him when he interviewed for the Jets job, as did Joe Brady, the offensive coordinator. They saw things in him.
From the 20, Kirk Cousins just gets rid of it. Incomplete.
Final score, Carolina 19, the Jets 14.
Looks like we're going to be going back and forth with a punt contest in overtime with the Vikings and Bengals tied at 24. As Mike Zimmer, former Bengal defense coordinator, returns home.
Coming up next here on CBS as a part of this big doubleheader, of course, it will be Miami and Cleveland. Of course, Cleveland is hosting Kansas City, and Miami and New England. That's coming your way. Coming up next here on CBS, but right now,
No JB, James Brown. The Browns are at the Chiefs, and the Dolphins are at the Patriots. Cleveland is not hosting Kansas City. It's Browns, Chiefs from KC, Dolphins, Patriots from Foxborough. A couple minutes away from kickoff. But we're in overtime with the Vikings and Bengals, so we'll stay on until then. And then we'll also see Packers Saints from Jacksonville.
That's going to be a big key for the Cleveland Browns. It's always about the money, huh, Nate? But listen, I'll say this. Chris Jones now for Kansas City going to play more defensive end. I can't wait to see what goes on there. And also a remade offensive line. Patrick Mahomes will get better protection. I love it when you have teammates who are saying, folks, we will get you all to your game.
Vikings on to punt, so yeah, back and forth in overtime now. Jesus.
Introducing new hearty inspirations from Nutrisystem. Satisfying needs with double the protein. Drop those LPs like a bad habit. Just eat, and repeat.
With Nutrisystem, I lost 79 pounds and I feel fantastic.
Get Nutrisystem's biggest and best meals ever delivered to your door.
Nice big booming punt, fair caught by Cincy at the 7-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10, Bengals from there. They got to go the distance. Next score wins though. So we'll see who ends up winning. I know the Bengals as of late, the past, I'll say decade to be safe. I know at least 5 years. They've been in a lot of overtime games. And one actually ended in tie, if I'm mistaken, against the Eagles. I recall that was last year. I think it was the year before. 2 years ago now. But here we go. Overtime. Next score wins. Both the Vikings and Bengals have already had the ball once or twice apiece. Burrow under center, going to hand off. And Mixon for 4 to the 14. And now here's an update with the 49ers and Lions. Again, Lions cut it to 41-31. And then 41-31 33 after the 2-point attempt was good. Check in on some scores. Because the Lions have the football with 32 seconds to play, down by 8, 41-33 at home against the 49ers. Overtime, 24 apiece with Minnesota and Cincinnati here in bonus coverage. The Texans are going to beat the Jaguars. That game still has 2 minutes. And then everything else from 1 o'clock has gone final with the Steel Chargers, all victorious. Still to come, though, we have the Browns and Chiefs along with the Packers and Saints. I don't know how the crowd's going to be by any means with Packers and Saints fans because this game's in Jacksonville because of Hurricane Ida hitting the Gulf Coast. But then also Dolphins, Patriots, along with Broncos and Giants here at 4:30. Sunday Night Football, once again, is Bears-Rams. Monday Night Football tomorrow night is the Ravens and Raiders. Get some final stats and scores from the Steeler game. Commercial break during overtime with overtime of Minnesota and Cincinnati. But then we'll give a full recap here of Pittsburgh, Buffalo when the time's right here momentarily before we sign off. So still got some football on here with 1 o'clock kicks wrapping up. But just once more, thanks for tuning in and watching.
Tonight's big winner at 2 p.m. Find out on WTHA.
The Kansas City Chief Tomahawk Chop. Florida State, yeah, they should quit doing that the way the game ended last night. But hello, friends. Jim Nance, Tony Romo, Tracy Wolfson for CBS. We got Browns and Chiefs about to kick off. Before we come back from this commercial break on Fox with overtime, tie 24 with the Vikings and Bengals. And then we'll also have kickoff with the Packers and Saints as well. Okay, now I'm being told that on this at least, now if I'd want to switch on to that to finish watching overtime, I can do that. But for some reason, this game is saying that I can't continue to watch overtime even though I just was. Okay. Browns, Chiefs underway. We're going to turn on Fox here momentarily on this just to see if overtime is still on. Nope, they take overtime completely off with the Vikings and Bengals. Okay, so on Fox, we have Joe Buck and Troy Aikman with the Packers and Saints from Jacksonville because of Hurricane Ida. Jags on the road in Houston losing to the Texans today. Saints have the ball, 1st and 10, first play to Alvin Kamara. So that game is on this. They took off bonus coverage with overtime of Vikings-Bengals tied at 24. I don't know why, but they did. I get the NFL overtime media role, but still, when they were showing it, and then this game starts, like, they still could have came to this late as they would have anyway. So here we are with this. Jameis Winston, of course, your new Saints starting quarterback following the retirement of Drew Brees. Saints and Packers with discount double check Aaron Rodgers back, potentially for his final season as well with the Pack. We'll see how it all shakes out. But talk about a 2-quarterback system with the Niners with Jimmy G and Trey Lance. Well, Taysom Hill also out in the field for the Saints right now with Jameis Winston, former #1 overall pick out of Florida State by the Bucs in it starting quarterback, and then Taysom Hill in as your Swiss Army knife type of player that he is, in fact, is lined up at a tight end position in the slot, and then pass complete for another Saint first down to begin that game. So we're underway on both CBS and Fox for 4:30 with the Browns and Chiefs along with the Packers and Saints respectively, as the Saints are playing a home game once again away from home because of a hurricane. Today's game in Jacksonville. However, they got the field done up as a Saints home game. They got the Saints logo at midfield, Saints name in the end zone, along with the tunnels and the sideline time on CBS. We got first down and 10 for Cleveland as they begin on the road to begin the season at Kansas City. And here 2 minutes in, nice play action from Baker Mayfield, faking the give to Nick Chubb and then hitting his tight end and Austin Hooper for a Brown first down. So we'll see how long it's going to take for Cleveland along with New Orleans to drive here, potentially put some points on the board, and then before we get to see both Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers to begin the day as well. But in the meantime, final stats and scores from Pittsburgh and Buffalo, as we're still in overtime with Minnesota and Cincinnati. They got less than 3 minutes to play in overtime. So if nobody scores, next scorer wins in that game, we might have a tie to begin 2021. So Dolphins Patriots also underway, along with Broncos Giants. Everybody tied at 0 for these 4 games that just kicked off. But your winners from earlier, with the Vikings Bengals currently in overtime, tied at 24, 2 minutes to play. Texans, 49ers, Panthers, Eagles, Cardinals, Seahawks, and Chargers, all victorious, along with the Buccaneers this week on Thursday Night Football, kick off the season for the National Football League, the biggest season ever in league history on Thursday night. Still to come though tonight. Sunday Night Football is Bears and Rams. Monday Night Football tomorrow night, Ravens and Raiders. However, the Pittsburgh Steelers also won today, picking up a come-from-behind win on the road, 23-16, at the Buffalo Bills. Some final stats now. In a losing effort, Josh Allen finished 30 of 51 for 270 passing yards and a touchdown. He was also sacked 3 times. Bills on offense, at least up front on the line, had a few holding penalties that hurt them today. Also, a few turnover on downs on 4th down that absolutely killed him as well. Josh Allen had a strip sack fumble. Steeler defense came alive, and of course, Singletary finished 11 carries for 72 yards rushing. Allen also had 9 carries for 44 yards on the ground. And then Buffalo receiving, Cole Beasley, 8 catches for 60 yards. Emmanuel Sanders, 4 catches for 52 yards. Dawson Knox, 4 catches for 41 yards. Gabe Davis had that touchdown right before halftime. Had 2 catches for 40 yards and a touchdown at the half. That's what he finished with as well. He was non-existent whatsoever in the second half. And then Stephon Diggs finished with 9 catches for 69 yards. So 9-6-9 across the board for Diggs in the box score today against the Steeler defense. Ben Roethlisberger, 18 of 32 for a $188 and a touchdown. Pittsburgh up front on the offensive line, of course, questions coming in. 2 rookie starters at tackle and center with Dan Moore and Kendrick Green. And then Trey Turner coming over from out west from the Chargers to play right guard. But the offensive line for the Steelers didn't look half bad. They didn't. Really weren't able to run the football until late. But like I said, whether you're down or not, more so if you're up though, especially on the road, I don't care when the games you played, you have to be able to run the football in the 4th quarter. Have to be able to. That's why they drafted Najee Harris at Alabama in the 1st round. Got a Saints field goal attempt here. Kick going to be up and good. So now New Orleans leads 3-0 against Green Bay Packers. And now we're going to get to see Aaron Rodgers back with the Green Bay Packers. 3rd and 11 for the Browns. Mayfield looking to throw from 23. Going to be short of the line of gain. Cleveland also going to attempt a field goal. So we're also going to get to see Patrick Mahomes here momentarily. But, yeah, Ben Roethlisberger didn't really have to do it all. He did, but he didn't. I mean, some of the play calls late when, you know, they were up and throwing, and some, you know, of course, fell incomplete when they probably should have been running the football. Questionable there. Cleveland's actually going to go for it on 4th and 3 here from the 15-yard line. This could set the course for the rest of the game. Slant over the middle. It's caught at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Browns. Man, you just love to see AEW on Fox, don't you? As this game is, in fact, in Jacksonville. TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jags. Daly's plays right next door. Of course, all jokes aside, with the WWE with Friday Night SmackDown on Fox and then AEW with Dynamite and Rampage on TNT, well, of course, Shaw and Tony Khan in with the Jaguars, and then Tony along with everybody who runs All Elite Wrestling AEW. This game, of course, being moved from New Orleans to Jacksonville for a Saints home game because of the hurricane a few weeks ago, in Hurricane Ida. That's why I said, man, you just love to see it. There's an AEW logo up on the scoreboard, and this game is being broadcast on Fox. So, I mean, who would have thought in 2021 professional wrestling would be what it is right now, but still, like, just, yeah, pretty funny, I think. 1st and 10 for Rodgers in the pack from the 25-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Browns as they converted on that 4th down. Now about to punch it in out of the eye. Mayfield hands off Nick Chubb. Touchdown Brownies. Taking an early 6-0 lead on the road at the Kansas City Chiefs. So Rodgers on the field now. Mahomes coming up next. Potential Super Bowl preview. I honestly don't know who's going to get to SoFi Stadium long, but gone in a blink of an eye. 18-week, 17-game regular season for the National Football League with the expanded playoffs. But once again, 14 of the 32 teams will in fact make it before we get to Super Bowl 56. So touchdown Browns, field goal by the Saints. And, yeah, we got a 3-0 New Orleans lead over Green Bay against the Kansas City Chiefs. So, it's Progressive, it's State Farm, it's Jameis eating crab legs, doing something else that a former president did. But, yeah, and hell, even AEW on Fox with the logo being displayed on the scoreboard. So, I mean, what else more can we ask for right now? Got a whistle on the extra point, got a flag. Rodgers looking to throw. Complete Aaron Jones. Stopped right at the 1st down marker. See if they give him a 1st down or not. But got some good football going to continue the rest of the day and all season. We still got a preview next week. We'll do that real quick here before we finish up stat-wise for Steelers and Bills and then send off. But this upcoming Thursday, Giants and Skins. Next Sunday, I'll have live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube of Raiders, Steelers. It'll be next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time, just like today with Steelers, Bills. So a week from today, Raiders, Steelers, live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. Next Saturday as well, Penn State, Auburn next Saturday night. But also next Sunday in the NFL, we got the Bengals and Bears, who the Bengals are still in overtime with the Vikings. They have the ball back, though, with about a minute play. Okay. Instead of the extra point, we had an encroachment offside on the Chiefs. The Browns decide to go for 2, and they get it. So now they lead 8-0 at the Chiefs. So now the Browns are playing some damn good football here early on, it looks like. But also next week, as mentioned, with the Raiders and Steelers and Bengals Bears from Chi-Town. Bears play tonight at the Rams. We'll see how they do. It'll be Houston and Cleveland. The Rams go to Indy to take on the Colts. Bills Dolphins should be a good one. Miami is underway in Foxborough right now. Speaking of the Patriots, they play at the Jets. 49ers Eagles. Saints Panthers. Broncos will be in Duval taking on the Jags next Sunday. The Saints, they play in Carolina, so yeah, they're not going to have to worry about a home game just yet. Vikings, Cardinals, Falcons, Bucks. The Titans go to Seattle. Cowboys, Chargers are going to be a good one next Sunday afternoon. And then next Sunday night on Sunday Night Football is Chiefs, Ravens, followed by Monday Night Football next week. The Detroit Lions, who ended up losing at home to the 49ers. They play at the Green Bay Packers from Lambeau Field. Still in overtime with the Vikings and Bengals. Wait for that one to finish up here, see if we will be getting a tie to begin the season or not. But yeah, that's still in overtime, tied at 24 apiece. Zeros with Miami and New England, along with Denver and the New York Football Giants. And then New Orleans leads 3-0 over Green Bay. Rodgers and the Pack still on offense. And then Cleveland just scored. They went for it on fourth down, ended up scoring on the drive, had an offside on the extra point, ended up going for 2 and getting it. So 8-0 Brownies over the Chiefs. But yeah, once again, some final stats and scores here for Pittsburgh and Buffalo. Went over the Bills a minute ago. Roethlisberger once again finished 18 of 32 for 188 yards passing and a touchdown. Najee Harris only had 16 carries for 45 yards rushing. So hopefully, that can get a little bit better. I mean, Giddy's a rookie running back, and the offensive line didn't look too bad. Of course, could get better, but they're not really used to playing with each other a whole lot, especially during the regular season, as this offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers was a basic complete rehaul as what they've had over the past 10, 15 years, with a few players retiring, signing elsewhere, a couple of rookies now on the line. So, so I said, if they can get the run game going, continue to do sort of, for the most part, maybe extend that also on offense with Roethlisberger airing it out a little bit more, maybe less, I don't know. But they're playing damn good defense like they did, today to keep them in the game until they decided to come back on offense and figure it out and come back and win. But Juju Smith-Schuster finished with 4 catches for 52 yards, receiving. Claypool 3 of 45, Deontay Johnson 5 for 36, and a touchdown there as it was 10-0 at the half. Remember, it was 10-0 at halftime. Like I said, Buffalo really didn't control the first half. They had that field goal to begin the game after that long opening return on the opening kickoff. And then it was a punt contest back and forth with the two before Buffalo scored to close out the first half, 10-0. And then Pittsburgh with 2 field goals in the third quarter, 10-6 at the end of the third. And then early fourth, it was Roethlisberger finding Deontay Johnson for 6. So that's where that touchdown comes in. He finished 5 catches for 36 yards and a score. Freiermuth also had a catch for 24 yards. Ebron 1 of 19. James Washington 2 catches as well for 10 yards. And it looks like we're going to have a tie with Minnesota and Cincinnati. Not unless the Bengals are about to take a game-winning field goal. Regardless, the Steelers then after that, because once again, 10-0 at the half, Bills really didn't control the first half. The Steelers owned the second half, though, and it was a tale of two halves, I thought. 3-0 with the field goal after the opening drive, 10-0 with a late first half touchdown, and then 2 field goals by the Steelers in the third. Roethlisberger finds Deontay Johnson, because until that point, the Pittsburgh Steelers defense literally kept the offense, kept the whole entire team in today's ball game, in which they came back and won. Kept them in the game until the offense figured out what the hell they were, going to do in order to come back and hopefully, just keep chipping away at it. And then after the touchdown from Roethlisberger to Deontay Johnson, well, the Steelers then got a blocked punt for a touchdown to make it 20-10 then at that point, 20-13, 23-13, and then it was another field goal by the Bills before an onside kick that they did not recover. 23-16, your final score, and the Pittsburgh Steelers pick up the win. Here in overtime, the Bengals do in fact win it on a game-winning field goal from 38 yards out to win it 27-24 to close out overtime as time expired. So if he would have missed it, they would have ended in a tie. So the Bengals win. The Bengals beat the Vikings 27-24. Mahomes and company on offense, 1st and 10. They trail 8-0 at home against the Browns. Saints with the ball back as Green Bay had to punt. It is 3-0 New Orleans. But and now the Dolphins take a 7-0 lead on the road at the Patriots. And other than that, the Broncos-Giants game still tied at 0, and then everything else has gone final with Sunday night and Monday Night Football still to come over the next 2 nights. But really, I mean, you look at Pittsburgh, coming in off of last year, 11-0 start, and then they lost 5 of 6, including to these Browns, who then lost a week later to these Chiefs before the Chiefs beat the Bills in the NFC Championship game, and then lost to the Bucs in the Super Bowl. Tampa beat Dallas Thursday night. The Steelers starting 11-0. They couldn't run the ball, though, basically all season long last year. Rookie running back Najee Harris, first-round pick out of Alabama this past April, had 45 yards rushing today. Was hoping for more, but eventually, he'll get there. It all starts up front. He'll be able to block, to run, open play action, block to protect your quarterback, and then all starts up front on the defense line as well to get after the opposing quarterback. Today was Josh Allen. They got after him a few times, had a strip sack fumble. They went forward a few times on 4th down as well. A couple turnover rundowns. Steelers finally capitalized. And then the block punt for a touchdown as well helped out to basically seal it, because it felt like after that it completely changed and Buffalo was just out of gas. And I get that, okay, they kicked a couple more field goals, but you can't settle for field goals as the Steelers did in the 3rd quarter, but then they also tacked on 2 more touchdowns right after that in a matter of minutes to end up picking up the win on the road to begin the season, once again by a final score of 23-16. So, it all starts with the run game. Have to be able to run the football, especially with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and play good defense. And the defense today, they started 11-0 last year, 1-0 with a win today. They beat 2 New York teams back-to-back years to start the year off. Last year, Monday night, beat the Giants, of course. Beat really the only true New York team that's located in the state of New York today on the road at the Buffalo Bills, because, of course, the Giants and Jets play in East Rutherford, New Jersey. But, no, it'll be a long season, no doubt about it. I mean, we'll see if they can get to the same point they were last year and then, continue to hopefully have a run game going by that point then, too. It'll come around eventually. They just got to be more consistent with it. Play calling could have been a little bit better late, like I said, with, when they threw it and then, of course, fell incomplete, clock stops. You're basically giving the Bills, more time to come back and beat you. But then you end up getting a field goal out of it anyway. And, you win by 7. It was 10 at that point, but they kicked another field goal, and then, final score is 23-16. So, like I said, the offensive line didn't look too bad. Could have been better. They will get better, no doubt about it. Run game will as well. I mean, it's the first game, and it's a long season. Rome wasn't built in a day. So, both teams should make the playoffs, both Pittsburgh and Buffalo, I think. I would think all 4 of these teams that I'm watching right now as well, with probably the Saints as the biggest question mark, especially with, no more Drew Brees. All New Orleans, Green Bay, Cleveland, and Kansas City should also probably make the playoffs as well come January, as everything's going to be pushed back a week with the 17-game regular season, 18 weeks, 17 games, and then the playoffs will begin a week later. Still have the wild card division and championship rounds. And then, of course, 2 weeks after that, February the 13th, Super Bowl 56. So hopefully your favorite teams in the Super Bowl will get there, of course, when we get there. And hopefully you'll be along for the ride all season long for more live watch along reactions live right here on YouTube. But today, the Pittsburgh Steelers went to the Buffalo Bills, defeated the upstate Western New York squad by 7 by a final score of 23-16, as the Steeler defense brought the steel curtain down when needed, kept the offense in the game until they got their head out of their ass and decided to play football. Sort of was able to run the football late when they needed to. Roethlisberger with a passing touchdown to Deontay Johnson. Defense really stepped up. Special teams, and then Boswell, you always got to rely on special teams when needed too. Had 3 field goals to pick up a 7-point win. So he doesn't have those 3 field goals, they lose. And you go back to Thursday night as we see another highlight with the Bengals winning in overtime as time expires to defeat the Vikings at home on a game-winning field goal 27-24. You go back to Thursday night, the Cowboys missed how many kicks? If they would have made those, they would have defeated the Buccaneers to kick off the year, but they did not, and Tampa won. So it all adds up in the end. And today, it's good to start out 1-0. It's one game, though, as I know Tomlin and Roethlisberger are probably saying or having already said in their press conference, and they'll be on to the Raiders next Sunday. We'll see the Ravens and Raiders tomorrow night, and then next weekend more college football and NFL live watch along reactions live right here on YouTube. So hopefully we'll tune in then. But today, they say nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills, right? Well, Pittsburgh traveled up to upstate Western New York. They circled around Buffalo and Orchard Park, circled the Bills in the process in a come-from-behind win as the Pittsburgh Steelers, the black and gold, snap a 2-game losing streak the past 2 years on top of it against Buffalo and defeat the Bills by 7 today to kick off 2021 with a 1-0 record, winning by a final score once again of 23-16. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live watch along reactions live right here on YouTube. That'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. As always, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Hope to see everybody for more live watch along reactions of college football, the NFL, and professional wrestling. All you have to do is hit the red subscribe button and a little notification bell next to it as well to stay up to date. Links for social media in the description below. But the Steelers, they circled the Bills. They circled the wagons of the Buffalo Bills and won 23-16 to kickstart 2021 with a 1-0 record. Here we go, Steelers. Stairway to 7 come February the 13th is upon us. 1 game down, 16 more to go in the regular season, plus the playoffs. We'll get there when we get there. But once more, thanks for tuning in and watching. I'll see everybody later. Steelers with a come-from-behind 7-point road win at the Buffalo Bills today, winning once again by a final score of 23-16.